Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Claude and the BANSTAS, and we are live.
Thomas, it's up for grabs now! Thomas! Right at the end! It's Tony Adams put through by Steve Ball. Would you believe it? Welcome! Patrick Vieira is in for Arsenal and sweeps it home. It's bergkamp. That's magnificent. Tripped it away from Claude. Henri! And it's Arsenal! Arsenal, I say! It's my fancy! It's time to go!
Evening, everyone. Welcome to Claude and the BANSTAS for this Chelsea versus Leicester Watchalong. Hope everyone is well. Sorry to everyone who is tuning in, who thinks that they're going to see the good-looking Diesel, the voice of reason, now taken over from, obviously, Claude. Won't be joining us tonight. He's got other things to do tonight, so it's just me. Hopefully, we'll be having Kenny Ken and Glenn popping on in and out throughout the stream, half-time and just after full time. But it's just me tonight. I just want to say thank you to everyone. Conwiz, James, Tony, Mike England. Who else we got? Seamus. Seamus, James. Who else we got? Jake. Hope you well, Jake. Who else? Liam. Keo. Hope you well, mate. Warren, hope you're good, mate. Don't forget, everyone, go over and give Warren's channel on YouTube a follow and watch his content. Really good content. Who else we got? CS, David Brent. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Jack is in. Stephen, Steve, AJ. Hope you're all well. Thank you for joining us. Just give you a quick update on the results from earlier. There was 3 games. Southampton 0, Leeds 2. Man United have dropped points. They've drew with Fulham at home now that the crowds are all back. So that could be good news for Leicester if they win tonight. We'll get into that in a minute. And at the moment, Brighton versus Man City. Man City are 1-0 up in that game. It's half time in that game. So yeah, getting on to Leicester and Chelsea. Man United now, they're guaranteed to be playing Champions League football next season. I don't think that was ever in doubt, but with that point, they're guaranteed that now. But Leicester, if they win tonight, they can still be in with a chance on the last day of the season of finishing in second place. So Leicester have got something to aim for, and also that would mean if they win tonight that they're guaranteed Champions League football next season. And now for Chelsea need to win this. Obviously, Liverpool are only a point behind Chelsea. If Chelsea lose this, then Liverpool are only a point behind with a game in hand, which will be played tomorrow night. So Chelsea definitely need to win this. Could it be that, Tuchel and Chelsea, 2 finals and basically guaranteed Champions League football, might not be playing Champions League football next year? Let me know what you think about that. But they desperately need to win tonight. So we will see. So this is a massive game tonight for Champions League football for both teams. If they both draw, it leaves... No, sorry. If they both draw, it leaves the door wide open still for both of them to not be playing Champions League football. So they both desperately need the win tonight. So we will see on that. Right, team news. Chelsea, Mendy in goal, James, Silva, Rudiger, Aspaquella, Kante, Jorginho, Chilwell, Pulisic, Mount and Werner for Chelsea. Good news for Chelsea is that obviously Tuchel has put Mendy back in goal. I think that was a big mistake in both the last 2 games, having Kepa in goal for them. And it looks like he's going with more or less his strongest team. The only problem is Man. Oh yeah, Man is in there. Sorry, Leicester. You got Schmeichel, Cassina, Fafana, Suko. Obviously, these names are going to do me in tonight, but bear with me, everyone. Thomas, all Brighton, Tiddemans, NDD, Perez, Madison, and Vardy. So Leicester have got a great side out too. Everyone in the chat, thank you for joining me. Like I said, please, let me know what your prediction is for tonight. I'm going to go for. I think it's going to be a draw. You know, I've got a feeling. It'll be a draw. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Let me know what you all think in the chat, and I will try and put as many up as I can. What have I got? Let's see what we've got in the chat quickly. Warren saying, thanks a lot, Terry. No problem, mate. Really appreciate your support, mate. So not a problem. Steve saying, last I heard, Man was go up, but a man down. Oh, yeah, that's what I just heard, actually. Man City are a go up, but they're a man down. Player's been sent off. So, Jake, how you doing, mate? I saw a reliable Chelsea source say that Tuchel would be sacked if they don't make Champions League, as apparently Tuchel wasn't Abramovich's first choice and don't see him long-term. Interesting. Jake, yep, I can see that. At the end of the day, that's what I mean. If you go by the Chelsea way, if they don't make Champions League football after the position that Chelsea have been in, let's be honest, that would be a massive disappointment. Any Chelsea fans in the chat, let us know what you think about that. What we got here. Right, we've got some score predictions in. Let's see. Essex Hammer, I hope you well, mate. He's going 2-2. Seamus is going a 1-1 draw. Craig, hope you well, mate. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. 2-1 Chelsea. Welcome aboard, mate. James is saying 1-1. What else we got? Arsenal Maniac is saying, I'm going for a Chelsea narrow win. 2-1 to Chelsea. AJ, hope you well, mate. He's going 2-1 Leicester to win. Liam's going 2-1 Leicester. What else we got? Warren's going a 1-1 draw. Tony's going 2-1 Leicester. Christian, hope you well, mate. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before, but welcome aboard. I want a demolition job tonight. Come on, Chelsea. Craig is saying a solid win for Leeds. Yes, it was. Lone Star, hope you well, mate. Hope you well. He's going 2-1 Chelsea. What else we got here? Jake is saying a 0-0 draw. Both teams to see each other out. Could be quite a chess match, sorry. But both teams really need to cement. If they can get the win, whichever team it is, they more or less cementing Champions League football. So for me, they've both got to go for it, especially Chelsea, because if Chelsea don't, then that opens the door for Liverpool. David, Damdas, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Hope you're good down there. 2-1 Chelsea's going. Keogh saying Leicester will be unover still. Maybe they've all just come from Vardy's party, eh? You never know, mate. Tony, Kelly, how you doing? Hope you're well, Terry. What's your prediction? I'm really good, thanks, Tony. Hope you're well. I'm going for a 2-2 draw, mate. 2-2 draw. AJ saying I am well. Thank you, Terry. Thanks for the stream. No problem, mate. No problem. Mike's going 2-1 England. Jake saying if Leicester win tonight, they're guaranteed Champions League regardless of the last day. Yeah, no, exactly. That's why I think that they've got to go for it. They've got to go for it. It should be an interesting match. Obviously, Leicester getting the win on Saturday to win the FA Cup against Chelsea 1-0. Chelsea's obviously going to want revenge. So hopefully, you know what I mean, it will turn out to be a great game and not a bore draw, if you know what I mean. Two teams are cancelling each other and that. Because obviously there's a lot at stake here. So hopefully one team takes the game by the balls and puts a great performance in, and then we'll get a good game. Christian saying Chelsea can beat Real Madrid over 2 less comfortably. We should be beating Leicester in the league. I understand where you're coming from, Christian. Yep. I think, as I said, I think you both got to go for it. I'm glad, well, not glad, but Tuchel, I think, has done the right thing by putting Mendy back in goal. I think that was the worst decision that he's made in the last 2 games, was putting Kepa in goal and not having Pulisic in the team either. So let's see what you can do today. What else we got? Stephen saying, heard some rumours, TNE is off in the summer. Heard anything? Stephen, I haven't heard anything, and I think that's just all a load of bull crap, mate. Paper talk. Don't listen to anything like that, mate. I think he loves it here. and I think he will be here for a good few years, mate. Ethan's in the chat. How you doing, Ethan? Hello, Terry. Hope you're well, mate. Thank you for coming aboard. Lone Star said it's spring here. Texas 2:13 p.m. It's 13 minutes past 8 here, mate, and it's pissing down with rain again. It has not stopped raining this May, and it's getting on my nerves now, considering that, you know, we're allowed out and things are trying to get back to normal. Now the weather wants to stop us from doing anything and going out. So I'm looking forward to it to stop raining. What else we got? Robert, how you doing, mate? Alone watching on today, Joe? Yes, just me today, but we will be having Kenny and Glenn popping in and out when they can, mate. Jake is saying, Warren, that game ended 1-1, laugh out loud. Delayed stream. You might be watching an old one, Jake. You never know. But no, man, you drew 1-1, Warren. Yes, you're absolutely right, Steve. Good to see fans back. It's great to see fans back in the team. And just get going on that, can I just say well done and a massive, massive round of applause to Burnley as a team, not charging their fans anything for the last game of the season. So they're all going to watch that game for free. And also got a clap to Man City and their chairman for they look like they're going to be paying for all Man City fans to travel abroad to watch the Champions League final. What a lovely gesture. Something that would definitely wouldn't be happening at our club, let's be honest, with the Cronkies. But them two clubs, well done, and a big round of applause to both of you. Just looking out for this because the time, the kickoff's just about to go, and I want to put the timer on. Mike, no, Diesel's otherwise engaged tonight. I don't know if you see the other day, but his bed, I think his bed's broke with all that action that's been going on in it, and he's got a blow up bed behind him. So I think he's trying to repatch it all up, mate. So unfortunately, he won't be with us today. But yeah, they're just taking a knee. I'm just going to watch out to put the timer on here. Chelsea are going to be kicking off, and here we go. There we go. Chelsea have just kicked off. They're playing in their blue kit. They're kicking from left to right, and Leicester in their like burgundy kit, kicking from right to left. So let's see what happens. AJ is saying the draw really help out Liverpool, so fans want that. No, exactly. It makes it wide open for the last day of the season and makes it really interesting. And hopefully that would happen tomorrow night with West Ham and Tottenham only getting a draw. If they only get a draw or lose, then, you know, it makes the last day on Sunday absolutely fantastic for all clubs. West Ham, Tottenham, Everton and Arsenal. Lone Star saying City are leading 2-1 now. Will saying evening tell he's going for a 2-1 win to Leicester. What else we got here? Jake saying Terry Leeds gone above you. How you feel about that? Yep, they've gone above us. What are they on now? They're on 56 points. Yeah, they're a point in front of us, but we've got a game in hand, Jake. So obviously that's tomorrow night. A big night for Arsenal, for our, you know, most of us Arsenal supporters tomorrow night. All the teams that are above us, plus ourselves, are all playing tomorrow night. On Wednesday, we'll be doing a live stream for that. I don't know yet. I will be speaking to Diesel. We might go live from 6 o'clock for the early games. Arsenal game starts at 7, and then I think the West Ham game is at 8 o'clock. So we might finish off with the last bit of that and all. So we might go live from 6 o'clock tomorrow. So watch out for that. Leicester with a free kick into the box. Chelsea have half cleared it, but all Brighton's got the ball. So he puts it in the middle, and James clears it, but Vardy's got it on this right-hand side. Vardy now gives it back to Ndidi. Ndidi to all Brighton on this left-hand side. Who plays a great ball. That would have been a great ball. I think Vardy was running the opposite way to the ball. That would have been a great ball, and it goes out for a goal kick. So it's still Chelsea 0, Leicester 0, 2 minutes gone here. What else we got here? James, hope you're well, mate. We'll be 10th by the end of tomorrow night. Laugh out loud. James, just quickly, how do you feel, mate? How do you feel about Ancelotti? You know, he started more or less the same time as Arteta. Do you think that is there a process there? Are you behind him still? What do you think if you do finish 10th this season, and Arsenal finish above you? Let us know, James. Let us know how you feel, mate. Steve is saying James has played it back to Mendy, Jorginho. Oh, that's all right. And they're just coming away with it, Chelsea. Steve saying a Leicester win guarantees them Champions League football. It does. Werner now. Werner running down the middle of the park. Deep in Leicester's half. Plays it across. Chilwell goes for goal. Oh, it goes right across goal. And Mason Mount was sliding in, but he was too far behind the ball. Chilwell, I think, is calling for a corner. What a great run by Werner. Straight down the middle of the pitch. Gives a good ball out on this left-hand side. Chilwell, he goes across goal, and Mount was just, no, not Mount, it was Pulisic, sorry. Sliding in the box, and he was just a little bit too far behind the ball. Are they going to give a corner or not? Just wait and see if it's a corner. Tuku's going mad on the sideline. No, it's a goal kick. Goal kick to Leicester. So first chance there really for Chelsea. Unlucky. 4 minutes gone. Still 0-0. Mike saying, big up yourself, Till. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. Arsenal Maniac saying, Terry, you don't seem up for it tonight since there is no one to wind up. Have I spoken too soon? No, I'm up for it, mate. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit tired. Work has been absolutely a nightmare lately, and I've not been getting into quite late, early hours of the morning, so I am a little bit tired. But no, I'm up for it, mate. But thanks for asking, mate. What else we got here? Ball comes in again. Goes right across goal from Chelsea. Aspaquella coming in on his right-hand side, but he just misses out. And he goes for a goal kick for Leicester again. Chelsea coming on strong here in his first 5 minutes. Arsenal man saying, even when Diesel isn't here, you still wind him up by talking about Ancelotti and Maureen. I was going to say Diesel is probably pulling his hair out, but since he's bald, he's pulling his pubes. He's definitely pulling his pubes, mate. And he's saying his prayers. Don't you worry about that, because if the unthinkable does happen and Arsenal do finish it in front of them other teams, oh my God, the egg on his face is going to be unbelievable, isn't it? Let's be honest. But, you know, that is a long way off yet. We've got 2 massive games ourselves and we need results to go our way. Chelsea now, I think that's going to be offside by Werner, but play's carried on for a minute. Right down on this left-hand side by the corner flag. And it goes out for a throw-in on this left-hand side. I thought that might have been offside, but it looks like it couldn't have been. Chelsea now with Chilwell. Takes a throw-in. Comes right across on this right-hand side to James. James running forward. James takes a low shot, and it goes just past the post on the left-hand side. That's 3 shots now in the last sort of 2 or 3 minutes from Chelsea. They're coming on strong. Leicester need to get them to wake up and get into this game. What we got here? James, thank you for coming back to me, mate. He said, I'm full behind Ancelotti, Terry. Hold up. It goes back. Schmeichel. They're just playing out from the back. And they've got a bit of space on this right-hand side now, Leicester. I'm fully behind Ancelotti, Terry, but the squad isn't good enough to get into Europe. We've got too much deadwood that were signed by other managers before him who's done nothing. James, I totally agree with that, mate, and I understand what you're saying. Obviously, you've got to sort out your in-house first. And, you know, Ancelotti's got his own way of wanting to play. And then, you know, I think he bought 4 midfielders, didn't he, at the beginning of the season. But, you know, he still needs to get his own team in and his own players. And, no, I applaud you for being behind him still, James. What else we got? James saying your commentary is top notch. Thank you very much, James. Same as AJ. Really appreciate that, mate. What else we got? Tony saying, Terry, you didn't include Moyes. He started pretty much the same time too. There's a process there, as in mindset, work rate and team spirit, although last couple of weeks haven't done us any favours. No, you're right, mate. I'm hoping, you know, look, if we don't get Europe, then obviously I'd love to see West Ham do it. They've had a fantastic season. Madison was trying to go through there, but got intercepted. And now James is going back to Mendy, his goalkeeper. Vardy's chasing him down. Gives it to Jorginho. And now, That was lucky, but Chelsea trying to come forward. Man, cross the halfway line. Man to Aspaquella. Aspaquella gives it. Oh, good ball to Pulisic. Pulisic just outside the box on this right-hand side. And it goes out for a throw-in. Throw-in now on this right-hand side. That was a good quick move there by Chelsea, but well defended by Leicester. And now Chelsea going to start again. From the back on the halfway line, Thiago. Rudiger. Rudiger to James. Jorginho. Into Pulisic, into Kante. In the box, shoots. Oh, great save on the right-hand side by Schmeichel. Chelsea still got a chance. Pulisic, he puts it just over the bar. And it goes out for a corner. Leicester are under the cosh here. Leicester under the cosh. It's nearly 9 minutes gone. Chelsea are all over Leicester in this first 9 minutes. That was a good save down on his low right-hand side from Schmeichel. Palmed the ball out. And then Chelsea got it back. Pulisic puts it over the bar. But it's deflected and it's a corner now to Chelsea. Chelsea, Chilwell on this left-hand side with a corner. Chilwell, ball comes into the middle. Chelsea player goes down on the floor. Leicester get rid of it, but now they've got it back. James on this left-hand side. Werner, back to James. To Jorginho, who puts it over in the box. Chilwell collects it right by the bar line on this left-hand side. Oh, well intercepted by Leicester. And then give the ball away straight away back to Kante. And now Chelsea are mounting attack again. Pulisic inside the box. Aspaquella played it across. Werner, it's too long. Too long. But Werner collects it over by the corner flag on this left-hand side. Still in play. All Chelsea at the moment. Nearly 10 minutes gone. Chelsea now are just slowing it down a bit. Thiago now. Gives it on this right-hand side to Man. Man gives the ball away. Leicester get a goal kick. Great pressure here at the moment from Chelsea. First 10 minutes, they're all over Leicester. They've had a few good chances, but it's still 0-0 at the moment. What else have we got here? Arsenal Maniac saying, I think Leicester's win and celebrations following their FA Cup victory emotionally takes a lot out of them. I think I'll change my prediction to 2-0 Chelsea, I think you're going to say there, aren't you? The thing is that if it's anything like Arsenal, do you know what I mean? Chelsea, with all this possession, needs to get the goals. If they don't, the longer it goes, Leicester will get back into this game. And we all know what that means. Is that they probably have one chance on score from Vardy. So Chelsea, with all this pressure, need to capitalise on it. What we got? Tony saying, totally agree. That's when we had the best chance. Rice and Ogbonna being out had an effect on the team, I believe. Yeah, totally agree with that, Tone. Totally agree with that, mate. Will saying, Ollie went far ahead, but has crashed the bust again. Lone Star saying, tell my over 40 ladies, goals gone wild, won last night, 3-1. No ego, no big I ams. Everyone puts the shift in. Well, that's what we all want, innit, mate? That's what we all want. Hopefully next season, once we get rid of a few more of these deadwoods at our clubs and get a couple of 2, 3, 4 maybe players in, hopefully some big names. I still think that we'll get a couple of big names come in that help us out, who we want, and that will push us forward, hopefully. But, you know, we've still got 2 games to go and work to be done still. Leicester trying to come forward, but Chelsea intercept it again. But now Leicester win it back. Maddison, Tiddemans. Oh, that's a great. Go on, shoot. Oh, he plays the ball across. James just in front of Vardy there. Gets a nice good header. And, Chelsea are still under the cosh here. But now Chelsea come away with it. Great play there by Chelsea. Werner just inside his own. Oh, he's been intercepted. Leicester coming forward now. Driving forward down his right-hand side. Leicester. All Brighton on his right-hand side. Oh, I've got to say, well played to Werner, who lost the ball on the halfway line, got back and he's intercepted the ball and put it out for a throw-in for Leicester. Well done there by Werner. Let's just see what happens here because we're deep. They're deep in Chelsea's half here. Leicester on the ball on this right-hand side, all Brighton. All Brighton with a good Tiedemann plays it across, but it goes straight to Mende, who collects it easily into both hands. Slows the ball down a bit, and now he throws it out to James on this right-hand side. James trying to come forward with it, and he goes backwards. What we got? Stephen saying, tell when you get in tie on for a show with you called The Voice of Reason. Listen, mate, we will try and get him on in the near future, mate. James, where do you think Harry Kane will go? That's a good question. Let's open that up to everyone in the chat. Who do you think Harry Kane will go to? Obviously, since he's announced that he's not going to be at Tottenham next year. I don't know what that's going to do for Tottenham at the moment because obviously they're still fighting for Europe themselves. So I don't know why he didn't wait for a couple of more games to announce that. But Harry Kane, I think do you know what? I don't know. I think Chelsea bought a few last year, so I don't really think that Chelsea will get him. Man United have just signed Cavani up for another year. But if I'm being realistic, this is a great chance here for Chelsea. Pulisic just inside the box. It's been intercepted and they're going to get a free kick now, Leicester. Going to get a free kick. I think he's going to go Man United. I don't know. I just got a feeling they're going Man United. I don't know why. City are looking for a striker, obviously. That's a great shout from Essex Hammer. Obviously, Aguero not being there next year. That's a great shout for Harry Kane to go to City. But I don't know why. I just got a feeling that it'd be Man United, to be honest. James, one positive I've got with Everton today is Walcott is officially going to join Southampton on a permanent. Yeah, I've seen that on a 2-year deal, isn't he? So, to be honest, James, I don't know how we got all that money out of use for Walcott and Iwobi. I think it was over 50 million. Unbelievable. That is unbelievable how we got that money. Well done to our backroom staff for getting that because I don't know how we got that, mate. What else we got? Lone Star says Spurs won't sell to a rival. Mike saying Aguero's replacement. Arsenal Manic saying I think Man City. AJ saying Man City. Aguero's gone. Arsenal Manic saying. So a lot of you are saying Man City. Ricardo, hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well, Sam. Where are we going to finish next season? I think the top 4 will be City, United, Chelsea, Liverpool. Pulisic is just down on the floor at the moment. It looks like it was a coming together. Free kick for Chelsea by looks of things. Just in the replay here. They both slipped, to be honest. They both slipped. And Chelsea, there's nothing in that. But Chelsea are going to get the free kick. Ricardo, where do I think we're going to finish next season? I would hope that with the players that he gets in, and hopefully he keeps this form up of the second half of the season, that we could be pushing for at least top 4 or 5th place at the least. And if he doesn't, then that's when I will be changing my mind, mate. Like I've already said. Man's trying to come forward. Pulisic. Great interception there again by Leicester. But Chelsea get the free kick again from Man. The referee's pulled it back. Here comes Rudiger. Rudiger plays it out to Chilwell on his left-hand side, just outside the box. Chilwell puts the cross in. And Leicester clear it, but only to Jorginho. Rudiger out to Chilwell again. On his left-hand side, Chilwell gives it to Werner. Werner. Back to Rudiger. Chelsea going backwards. Thiago Silva Plays it to Werner. Into Chilwell. Jorginho. Rudiger gives it back to Thiago Silva on the halfway line. James now. Jorginho. Gives it into Man. Aspequella now on this right-hand side, just outside the box. Aspequella puts it inside the box. Oh, and Leicester, oh my God. He's given a free kick. Werner went down claiming for a penalty, but he's given the free kick to Leicester. I think Werner went to shoot, and he looked like he got shot again, to be honest. Let's have a look here. Oh, come off of it. What is he doing, Werner? He should be booked. Oh, no, all right, I'll take that back. He has been kicked on the back of his leg by Tillemans. I'll take that back. I mean, is that a penalty? Would you say that was a penalty, everyone in the chat? But he's given the free kick to Leicester. And now Leicester carry on with it. 19 minutes gone. Still Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. Leicester hasn't had a shot on goal yet. Chelsea have had 15 minutes of this game with great pressure, great intensity. They've had a few good chances. And now Conte, no, he's going to give away a free kick there, deep in Leicester's half. So Leicester on his left-hand side are going to come away with a free kick. AJ saying not a penalty for me. Warren saying Brighton 2, Man City 2 now. How long left in that game? Not that it matters, does it? I mean, Brighton's where can they go in the table, Brighton? Hold on, let's have a look. Brighton are up to 15th now with that draw at the moment. So well done to Brighton. Arsenal Maniac saying, Terry, I firmly disagree on Arteta, as you know, but one thing I agree with, we have some very mediocre players, especially at the back. Holding Chambers, Mari, Cedric, world class. Seriously. No, they're not world class, mate. I totally agree with you there. Even though I do like, to be honest, I do like Holding. And Mari and Cedric, we've not really seen too much. What I've seen of Cedric at the moment, I quite like him, to be honest. Mari, look, you know, he's a good squad player to have, but, you know, hopefully Saliba coming back next season will be a big part with Gabriel. And they'll just be, you know what I mean, be squad players more than anything. So we'll see Arsenal Maniac on that. Sammy Elliott, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Thank you very much for your super chat. He says, so you're telling me you'll be happy being 5th next season under Arteta, Terry? Are you serious? Top 4 is a must with or without Arteta. No, I agree with you. That we should be. But it all depends on our other teams around us do. We haven't got no given right to be in the top 4. Obviously, Man City will definitely be in that top 4. And then you've got the top 4 at the moment with Leicester, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United. You know, there's you know, just because even if we had Simeone come in, doesn't mean that's going to guarantee us top 4. Obviously, we all want top 4. Of course we do. We want to win the league before it starts. Hold up, Kante coming through. Jorginho, Werner inside the box, shoots. Oh, he scored. He scored, but I don't know if that's going to be offside. Let's just wait. Yeah, I think it's offside. I thought it was going to be offside. Werner's put the ball in the back of the net. He looked offside. Great move by Chelsea, but he definitely looked offside. The linesman's put his flag up. Let's have a look. No, he's way offside. They don't even need to put that into VAR. He's way offside. Good goal. I don't know if Schmeichel see the flag go up because he didn't even really try and save the ball. Tuchel is celebrating, and then his assistant come up saying, look at the linesman down there. And then he's saying, F off, fuck off, he's going. But he was definitely offside. He was miles offside, so that's the right decision. I don't even think he even went to VAR. So, yeah, still 0-0, 22 minutes gone. Like I said, Sammy, yeah, you know, we all want to win the league like every team does, or, you know what I mean? But hopefully, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully next season he will get it right. I think he will. I'm hoping that the players he gets in are the ones that he wants. Two calls moaning on the sideline here of how long time wasting that Leicester players are doing with their throwing. He's getting very animated at the moment. Oh my God. Sorry. Brighton are winning 3-2 apparently. 3-2 at Man City, but they're down to 10 men, aren't they? So, Mike saying we are a giant of a club. Of course we're a giant of a club. We all know that. But we haven't been that for a few years. Let's be honest. If you're going to be real, we haven't. We can all sit here and make out that we're a massive club over the last 5-6 years. Yes, we've won, a couple of FA Cups, absolutely brilliant. But you know what I mean? You've got to be winning the leagues, and that's hopefully what Arsenal, the chairman, hopefully, the Cronkies and Arteta will do. Yes, I do like Arteta. I wanted Arteta there. I said it would take this long, and I would give him till next season. Once we got rid of all the players that the deadwood there, like what James said at Everton. Now, would Arsenal fans give Ancelotti that slack? That's what I'd like to know. You let me know. If Ancelotti was here or Mourinho was here and we finished 10th this season, would you still be behind him or would he need to be sacked? Madison. All Brighton puts the ball into the box. Comes deep. Oh, and Chelsea intercepts it and it goes out for a corner. Corner here for Leicester on its left-hand side. I think this is their second one, Leicester. Not many times they've been in Chelsea's after, to be honest. But Leicester have got a chance here with a corner on this left-hand side. What we got? Yes, Warren saying Brighton are 3-2 up now. Arsenal man saying, go on, Brighton. Stephen saying, Graham Potter is a better manager than Arteta Terry, accept the facts. I'm afraid that's not right, is it, Stephen? Let's be honest. Ball comes in. Oh, my God. Oh, it comes straight in the middle. Vardy with like a sort of a back heel sort of thing in the air. And it goes just over the crossbar. That's the oh, my God. That would have been a great goal from Vardy if he got it. That would have been a great goal. Yes, Graham Potter is a better manager than Arteta. Terry, accept the facts. Well, I think the facts are, Stephen, obviously that, we're in... Hold up. Oh, Leicester have mucked about with it in the box, and now Ashpaquella's got it. Just outside the box now on this right-hand side. Pulisic gives it back to James. James comes across field. Over on this left-hand side to Rudiger. Rudiger to Chilwell. Chilwell cuts inside. Gives it back to Rudiger. Rudiger back to James on this right-hand side. Gives it into Pulisic. Pulisic out to Ashpaquella on this right-hand side. And now Leicester have got rid of it. Maddison now. Maddison charging down the middle. Oh, no, that was a poor ball to Vardy. He can't do nothing with that. He's got two defenders there. And Mendy picks it up for Chelsea, who try and make Chelsea come out on the attack now. Man on his left-hand side. Oh, that was unlucky. Man tried to thread a ball through. Either needle to Werner running down the wing. But unfortunately got intercepted and goes out for a throw. Chelsea now got it on the halfway line with Silva. Kante, just outside the box. He's going backwards. Oh, now Chelsea give it away. Now Vardy's got it. No, Vardy don't get it. Rudiger. Rudiger for Chelsea, just inside Leicester's half. Silva. Jorginho. Rudiger. Leicester are keeping it very, very compact in their own half here. And that's why Leicester Chelsea haven't got through yet. And then made them go all the way back into their own half now. Rudiger on this left-hand side to Chilwell. Into Man. Man running down the line. Man running all the way. He's going on by himself. Oh, he tried to give it to Werner. Leicester intercept. Man goes for the shot. Oh, unbelievable. Unlucky from Man there. Was that a save by Schmeichel? I think it might have been a save. But what a run by Mant there on that left-hand side. Basically from the halfway line. Runs straight away downfield into Leicester's box. Tries to give it to Werner, but gets intercepted and he gets it back. Turns, shoots, and what a great save from Mikel there. Just seeing the replay, he gets his hand to it and puts it over the box. Great play there from Chelsea. Unlucky from Mant. And it's a Chelsea corner now on this right-hand side. Chilwell with the corner. Chilwell with the corner comes in the box. Oh, Silva gets there, but puts it over the crossbar for a goal kick for Leicester. 28 minutes gone, still Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. Chelsea have had most of the game, to be honest, with the pressure. They've had a few good chances. Most of them have gone over the crossbar. Schmeichel with a great save earlier on, down to his right-hand side. Leicester with a couple of half chances, but apart from that, Chelsea have had all the pressure and the possession at the moment. And Leicester are just... Yeah, I'm just getting confirmation on it at Brighton, a 3-2 now. Burn with the goal. What we got? Joshua saying, evening Tel, just finished goals and we'll be watching the game whilst listening to you. Thank you very much, Joshua. Appreciate it, mate, and welcome aboard. Lone Star saying, 25 minutes gone, 0 shots from Leicester so far, but still the one with the FA Cup. Arsenal saying, wow, Brighton are rampant, 65% possession. I know it's 10 men City, but even 10 men, they don't concede this much possession. 64 dangerous attacks by Brighton to Man City's 9. May not see this again. Good luck to Brighton. Well done. Arsenal was saying 3-1 for Brighton to score the next goal is a great bet. 10 minutes remaining, they are destroying City. Thank you for the insight there, Arsenal Maniac. Tony saying Chelsea wasting chances again like they did the other day. Exactly, Tony. That's more or less how Arsenal season's been, really, to be honest. And if you don't put them chances away, that's what I mean. Leicester will probably go up the other end with their first great one chance and put it away. But it's still 0-0. Coming up to the half-hour mark, Leicester now just inside Chelsea's half. A rarity this is at the moment, but being pushed back again. And they're back in their own half at the moment. Ndidi on the ball, still in their own half. They're just playing about with it in their own half at the moment. Due to Chelsea wasting chances, yeah. James saying City are only focusing on the Champions League final. Well, they've got nothing to play for, have they? They've won the league. That's all sewn up. So realistically, they haven't got to really do anything, have they? So. Stephen saying, loving a complete disrespect for Potter from Terry. Disgraceful. Well, you said it was facts, Stephen, didn't you, mate? You said it was facts, and unfortunately it's not facts because Brighton are further down than what Arsenal are. Leicester are trying to come forward there. Will, I remember Brighton dominated Spurs in the same fashion as well, winning 1-0, 16 shots to Tottenham's 8. Danny, how you doing, Dan? Hope you're well, mate. Saying Terry, mate, any club with ambition would sack their manager after their worst 2 league finishes in the last 26 years, mate. Who says that we're going to finish there? That was a bad tackle there from Leicester. He's going to get yellow card here. Who is that? Just trying to see who that is. Perez has been booked on Chilwell there, just inside Chelsea's half. And he's been booked. He's got a yellow card. Yellow card there for Perez. And Chelsea's got a free kick. Chelsea just coming across into Leicester's half. Chilwell goes backwards to Rudiger. Rudiger to Silva. Silva over on this right-hand side to James. James into Aspaquella. Jorginho. What a great ball through. Werner inside the box. Puts it on his right. Shoots. And a great interception there. Great interception there from Leicester, who puts it out for a corner. He's onside, yep. It was definitely onside. I think he took too long there, Werner, for me. He should have shot first time. He hesitated, and a great block there. And it's gone out for a corner. Now, corner on this right-hand side. Corner comes in from Chilwell. Oh, no, the referee's just blown up. Telling the players to come away from each other, basically. 33 minutes gone. What can Chelsea do here with another corner? Chilwell with the corner. Comes into the box. Leicester edit outside the box, but James is there. Cuts inside, goes for a long shot, and it goes out for another corner on the left-hand side now for Chelsea. James going over to take it. Great to see the fans back in the stadium, clapping their team, Chelsea, the fans in the stadiums. James now with a corner for Chelsea. Just about to take the corner, puts it into the box. Oh, good flick on Werner. Oh, my God, is that a goal? Is it going across the line? Schmeichel saved it. It's a goal. It's a goal. It's a goal for Werner. Leicester, I think, are calling for handball. But it was a great flick on there. I don't know who it was on the near post. Got a flick on, goes to Werner at the back post. He heads it down, and there was a couple of defenders there with Schmeichel who palmed it away. But the referee's pointing to his watch saying it's over the line. But I'm sure Leicester are calling for a handball here. Let's have a look. Comes right at the back post. Oh, it comes off his arm. It comes off of Werner's arm. If that goes VAR, that's got to be ruled out. It's got to be ruled out. That is handball. And it goes in the goal. Chelsea here are going to have their second goal disallowed by Werner too. It's handball. Yep. Referee saying it. And it goes back to 0-0. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. No goal. Handball. So that's 2 goals disallowed now for Chelsea. I don't know what he's complaining at there. How can you complain when it clearly come off your hand? I don't understand. No good shaking your head. Lone Star saying there are 7,900 fans inside the Amex. It sounds like there's 79,000. 2 minutes of normal time remaining. Well done to Brighton and good luck to them, mate. Good luck. Tony saying Werner can't buy a goal for love nor money. No, he can't. Normally, he puts it over the bar or around the post, doesn't he? Even with an open goal, Werner. And now he's got 2 goals tonight. Even they've been taken away from him. Disallowed goals. Arsenal Maniac saying Werner must think he's cursed. Jorginho here for Chelsea. Oh, it's been intercepted by Leicester and they're trying to get it away on this right-hand side. They do, but they give it straight back to Chelsea. Camped in their own half again. Rudiger. Jorginho comes right across the field to James on this right-hand side. James gives it to Aspaquella, who gives it back to James. To Silva. Chelsea just slowing it down now in their own half. What we got here? Danny Cook. Yeah, the score is on the screen. Yeah, I haven't changed it yet because they've both been disallowed, mate. Both been disallowed. But now Leicester are just trying to come away with the ball. Long ball to Vardy, but Silva with a great interception header there. Gets it to James. Goes back to Mendy. Vardy trying to chase him down. But well done to Mendy there. Gives it to Jorginho, who brings it forward now for Chelsea. Gives it to Rudiger on his left-hand side. Halfway in his own half. Sets off Kovacic on this left-hand side. Who cuts it in to Jorginho, who plays a long ball on his right-hand side. Aspaquella inside the box. Great ball back. Oh, my God. Werner dummied it to Man, and Man puts it straight over the crossbar. Man, the chances that Chelsea have had in his first 38 minutes have been unbelievable. And how on earth it's still 0-0, I do not know. Werner with 2 goals disallowed. Leicester have hardly had a sniff at goal at the other end. But it's still, at this moment in time, Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. What's going on here? Oh, it's a free kick. A free kick against Werner. Werner has been given a foul away. Referee's pulled it back deep in Leicester's half. Just going to see the replay here. Oh, I didn't really see much in that, but he's been given away a foul, and now Leicester get it. Oh, that's a great ball down the line, but James gets there for Chelsea. James intercepts it. Silva. Jorginho. Oh, well played to Chelsea here, bringing it out. Rudiger now. Rudiger running down the pitch. On the halfway line, Rudiger gives it over to Jorginho on his left-hand side. Man, outside the box. Oh, he tried to play in Werner, but he's got it back. Azpilicueta on his right-hand side. Push it in. Werner again. Oh, it goes to the far post, but away by the defender. And he gives another free kick away, Werner. He gives another free kick away. Surely, if he don't calm his temper down at the moment, he's going to get booked again. Booked. But another great chance there from Chelsea, but Leicester get it away, and Werner brings the player down for a free kick to Leicester. 39 minutes gone, still Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. Referee telling Werner to calm down. Any more, he'll be booked. Mohammed, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Terry, shouldn't Abraham be playing now? Well, if you look at it, when Frank was here, he played Abraham all the time, didn't he? He liked him. But since Tuchel's come in, Abraham hasn't really had a sniff. And he was doing well, wasn't he, Abraham, in this Chelsea team under Frank? So, it's all the preference at the end of the day, isn't it? But Maddison's got an half chance here, just outside Chelsea's box. Perez, Tidemans, inside the box. All Brighton. Cross comes in, far post. And it goes out for a corner. Corner to Leicester. Azpilicueta puts it out. Vardy was just behind Azpilicueta, but he intercepts it, puts it out for a corner, and Leicester get a corner in on the left-hand side. 40 minutes in, 5 minutes before half-time. What can Leicester do? What can they do? Right, so what we got. Seamus is saying, how is this game still 0-0? No idea, mate. David's saying, off to work. Have a nice evening. Thank you very much, David. See you in the next one, mate. Stay safe and have a great day, mate. Corner comes in, doesn't beat Chilwell, the first man, and he puts it straight back out for another corner. Tony saying, even the rest feeling sorry for Werner, Terry. Hasn't got the art to book him. I like that, Tony. But here comes another corner from Leicester. Is he going to beat the first man? He beats the first man. Oh, great interception by Chelsea. Werner plays it down to the halfway line, but Schmeichel gets it right the way back, basically in his goal area. Now Leicester trying to mount their attack. Nope. He's going to go back. He goes back to Schmeichel instead. Schmeichel goes long. Down on his right. Oh, my God, Chelsea. Chilwell has missed it. All Brighton. Perez just inside the box. Oh, that was poor by Perez. And now Chelsea get a free kick. That was very poor by Perez. What we got here, Arsenal Maniac saying, Terry, if you were to sign 2 players from each of these teams for Arsenal, who would they be? Right. I would probably buy definitely Maddison from Leicester. I've always liked Maddison. Think he's brilliant. Obviously, a couple of years ago, I'd have went for Vardy, but I think he's only got another year or so left in him. So I'd probably go for Ndidi and Maddison from Leicester. And for Chelsea, I will go with James, who I think has been absolutely phenomenal for Chelsea. James and Mount. Without a shadow of a doubt. Everyone in the chat, let us know who you would buy from these two. And who would you buy, Arsenal Maniac? AJ saying, Terry, can I say thank you for doing the stream? Glad to be part of the BANSTAS family. No, AJ, like I said, thank you for joining us, mate. Really appreciate everyone that joins us. Man, running through. He's inside the box on his right-hand side. Plays it across. Oh, my God. Pulisic tried to get in at the near post. He got a little flick on, but Schmeichel was there also to put it behind for a corner. Another chance goes missing here for Chelsea. Great play from Mount on this right-hand side. Gets it inside the box. Pulisic tries to give a little dink into the near post, but Schmeichel was there and puts it behind for a corner kick. Is that not a corner kick then? Oh, it must have come back off of him. So it's a goal kick. What we got here? Arsenal Max saying good choices. Thank you very much, mate. Warren saying, Terry, do you think Arteta would still be in a job if he was managing Chelsea? If he was, oh my, what was he doing there, Rudiger? Why did he push him? There was no need for that. They got the free kick, Chelsea, and he sort of barged Perez out the way. But Chelsea coming now. Obviously not. He wouldn't be. But with Chelsea, it's a different kettle of fish, Warren. Their foundations are already there. Their youth is already there. They've got like 3 different teams they can choose from. Chilwell kept the ball in play there, but Leicester intercepted it in their own goal area, and now they're trying to mount attack on this right-hand side. Yeah, so all the manager's got to do at Chelsea, let's be honest, is come in and then come the transfer window, just go out and get 2, maybe 3 players of each choice that he wanted, because everything's already there. Let's be real. And if anyone don't think that, then I'm sorry, then you don't know about football. The reason with Arsenal, we've been going backwards for years. You know, since that undefeated side, we've never replaced them, that side. Them whole 11 players. And Wenger got rid of them the year after. We've not replaced them. Yes, we might have got, you know, a couple of great players in, Sanchez, Ozil, and a few other. Oh, hold up, Leicester. Ball comes right across. It goes out for a goal kick. Is he going to bring it back for a free kick there? I don't think he will. So I think it's going out for a goal kick. But we've had to start from basically the bottom up. You know, it's I've got a load of Chelsea fans at my work, and they agree with me. I don't understand why a lot of people can't see it. You know, they agree that, you know, we had to start from the bottom up. Our team was in disarray. Our squad was in disarray. Our club was in disarray. You know, we haven't won a league title for God knows how long it is. What is it, 17, 18 years? Yeah, you know what I mean? I celebrate the FA Cup wins. Of course I do. I want to win everything. But, you know, you've got to look at the whole situation. 2 minutes of added on time here on the first half. And how on earth it's still 0-0. Chelsea 0, Leicester 0. Werner with 2 goals, but obviously both been disallowed. They're just on the attack here again on this right-hand side. Pulisic. Nope, it goes out for a throw-in. Halfway in. Oh, no, they haven't. It's gone to Leicester, the throw-in. What have we got here? Warren saying, so why is it acceptable for him to be acceptable still in a job at Arsenal? It's not acceptable to be in a job. Everyone can have their own opinion, Warren. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's got their own opinion. Like I said, you know, I wanted a manager to come in and start us from the bottom and work our way up. And I thought Arteta could have done that. He was at Man City for 3 years under one of the best managers in the world. He was at one of the best run clubs in the world at Man City, so he knew what he was doing. The players all loved him at Man City. Wenger himself come out and said what a great manager this man's going to be. Pep Guardiola said that. A load of people have said that around Arteta. But obviously, he wasn't going to... If he went to Chelsea... That's what I'm saying. If he went to Chelsea, all he would have to do is worry about bringing in 2 or 3 players of his own choice to go in with the Chelsea side. We had to get rid of a whole squad, Arsenal. We had to get rid of a whole squad. And we had to start signing our youngsters up, which we wasn't doing. We was letting all our youngsters go. How many times have we said on streams, you know, Gnabry went to Bayern Munich, I can't, off the top of my head at the moment, can't think of other players that was going. You know, Ramsey and Wilshere that went for free. We wasn't getting any funds from our... And that was all from the old people, Gazidis and Emery and Wenger. You know, we needed someone to come in and basically transform us from the bottom down to the top. And like I said, everything that I said that I wanted to happen... And when I wanted Arteta in, has happened. Let's be honest. You've been watching me. I haven't, you know what I mean? I haven't been talking out my arse. I've been saying it from the start. I wanted Arteta to come in. Obviously, the first season was just about getting us through the first 6 months. And obviously, what happened was he went on, he won the FA Cup, which was fantastic. How on earth we won that, considering that he was only a cone picker upper? I don't know, like some people say. You know, he shouldn't have had the right to do that with the amount of experienced managers that we've got in the Premier League and in the FA Cup. You know, he shouldn't have had the right, apparently, according to most Arsenal fans. But he done that, and then obviously going into the next season, we got rid of, which I didn't think would happen until this season, the end of this season. We started getting rid of all the culprits that was making this club a bad apple. You know, Mustafi, Socrates, Ozil, Kosniak. We started getting rid of them. And we started to sign up our youngsters: Smith Rowe, Saka, Balogun, Martinez, what's his name? Martin. Oh, I can't even think of his name. It's gone out of my bloody head. But you know what I'm saying? It's we had to start, you know what I mean, getting in our sorted out first. Martinelli, sorry. We had to start getting our in out first. So that's what's been happening in the background. Do you think then that's a coincidence? Who is making these decisions then? If we weren't doing it before, how comes now, according to a load of Arsenal fans, right? We've got unexperienced in as our chair, as our backroom staff, like Edu and Vinay, and we've got a cone picker up as Arteta. So if they're all unexperienced and don't know what they're doing, who's making the right decisions now and then of signing up our youngsters who are getting rid of the deadwood at this club, who's gone out and got a centre-back and a defensive midfielder that we've been desperately wanted for 4 or 5 years? Who's been doing that? You tell me, then. I'm glad to say that we've got Kenny King.
Who you argue with, Terry? Who you argue with, Terry?
I'm not arguing with anyone. I'm just
Boxing mobile network that gives you
your
social
volume
media
down.
for just £10 a month.
Oh, sorry.
We can help man be social on social. We can help startups by digging.
There you go, mate.
What are you watching there? EastEnders, anyway.
No, it's I was watching the game, man. I was just thinking, is Werner born unlucky or was he born offside?
We've been saying that. There's been a lot of people in the chat saying that, and all saying that, you know, how unlucky is he? And even the referee feels sorry for him because he's done a couple of fouls and all, and he's not even booked in the referee. But I mean, he's had two goals disallowed, one for handball, one for offside, and they was definitely the right decisions, Ken. Oh,
definitely. It just as soon as the ball went in the net, I thought, hang on, it didn't look like he caught it cleanly. And then when I saw the replay, I said, no chance. I said, no way. You just can't, have that sort of situation. It's a shame, but at the moment, it's just a replica of the FA Cup final where Chelsea were very much on top at Wembley, but they're actually more on top now than they are now. And Leicester just can't get their passing going. Even on the break, they're not getting enough bodies forward, especially when they're putting those great crosses in from all Brighton. You know, Vardy playing his own. Obviously, he likes to make those runs, but Vardy likes to make those runs on the shoulder, so they're not really playing to Vardy's strengths.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, Leicester have basically been feeding off scraps at the moment, I would say, Kenny. Chelsea's had the possession. They've had loads of chances. I don't know if it's still 0-0. I don't know, mate.
But in terms of Chelsea, one thing you've got the Chelsea fans are watching. I've got a few friends there as well at the Mac. It seems a bit concerning that Conte went off after half an hour. Their best midfielder, you know what I mean? That could be ominous going into Porto in about, like a week and a half's time because, he's 100% their best player.
No, exactly. Leicester have just got to get themselves in this game. Do you think they're going to still do the same thing in the second half? Just keep it compact, try and get the counter attack, and maybe get one.
No, I think the situation depends how the game pans out. If they get a point tonight, then what's happening? It's in their hands for Sunday when they play Spurs. Because you like to think that Man United getting a point today is probably just enough for them to get second place. Because but Leicester can really put their cat amongst the pigeons if they win today. But they are riding their luck, and it's if You know, they're just showing it now on Sky, and the penalty claim. But really and truly, I look at it now. Was it a penalty? I've seen them given. Just look at it now, like Aspilicueta's put the ball in, mate. Like so, Castagna's trying to kick the ball, and Werner's got in front of him. He doesn't know Werner's there, and he's got to kick the ball, but he's kicked on Werner. I've seen them given. I really have seen them given. The more I look at it,
yeah, you know what I'm going to say, didn't you? Because that is even worse, really, when you look at the replay now, right? Because he has kicked him on the back of the leg. I'm just looking at the replays, but the problem is that Werner's just coming in. He hasn't even touched the ball yet. But I think he's mistimed where he's put his leg there, Werner. So look, if you look, he hasn't even touched the ball, and then Tielemans kicks him on the back of the leg. But if you look at that, what is worse, that foul just now, or the one that David Luiz at the Wolves game?
Well, it's the same situations, right? It's the same situations, both mistakes in a certain extent. But the thing is that again, it's about a ruling which is interpreted by different people, and I think that's the situation. The more I look at it, you know, you've got to ask yourself a question. David Luiz was penalised, and you know, people saying, "Well, it's accidental. It's accidental," but he still made an infringement, even though it's an accident. We looked at the situation now here with because Tielemans and Werner. Yes, it was an accident, but it's still an infringement. You know what I mean? So again, it's one of those things where you just have to look. Yeah, I'm all good, man. Oh, Terry was arguing you, Warren. I knew it.
So if it stays the same at the moment, Ken, I mean, obviously this makes it absolutely interesting for the last game of the season between Leicester, Chelsea and Liverpool. Because obviously at the moment, Leicester would be on 67, Chelsea would be on 65, Liverpool will be on 63, but they've got a game in hand. So obviously, if depending on what Liverpool do, I mean, it could be Leicester 67, Liverpool 66, and that pushes Chelsea into 5th place with 65 going into the last day of the season, Kenny.
Well, yeah, definitely. That is a definite. That's definitely a possibility. Hi, Glenn.
Hello, Kenny. Hello.
That is definitely a possibility for Chelsea, but again, just shows you one thing, right? You know, the Arsenal game was clearly very costly for Chelsea, as was the lose at West Brom, because you know both games, you know, obviously Chelsea had a player sent off, but against Arsenal they totally dominated the game, but they didn't have any quality. This time they've actually got quality, but just haven't got the luck. I mean, that's the difference between today and last Wednesday.
Yeah. Have you been watching, Glenn?
I was just going to say, Chelsea are a damn good team. I wish that I could have taken some satisfaction out of Arsenal beating them. But to me, I just felt like, hey, we're a mid-table team playing spoiler. Hooray. So I'm sorry to be Captain Bring Down here, but I got nothing. I got nothing from that damn Chelsea game.
Have you been watching the game?
I'm sure, Terry, half the audience is diabetic from your sugary sweet Arsenal thoughts for a whole entire half. So I can be a little negative.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying, have you been watching the game?
Yes. I that's why I'm late. I've made sure that I can actually look at the game and talk to you at the same time. But yeah.
What's your thoughts on the game?
You know what strikes me? You know, first of all, I do not like Chelsea, but props to those 8,000 supporters in the stadium. It sounds like a full house. I haven't felt that atmosphere in a year, you know. So props to them. You know, I thought all the VAR calls were correct. I mean, you can't argue them. You know, they deserved a goal, but they didn't get one. Oh well, we've had a whole season like that.
Well, exactly. That's what I was saying during the stream. How do you see the second half going, Glenn?
I think Chelsea's going to nick it. I think the quality is going to rise to the top. I think they're better than Leicester. All due respect to Leicester, man, the way the chairman came out on the field after they won, oh my God, that was awesome. I like Leicester, but I don't think they're going to win this game.
Okay, what about you, Ken?
You just don't know, because you know what's happened, right? It's, we saw it last week against the Arsenal where they couldn't score, and we saw it on Saturday. They cut final. You can never rule it out. You know, one thing Chelsea needs to do, if there's any evidence whatsoever that you know, with Kane available, they have to buy Harry Kane, is one thing, because without Harry Kane, I don't see Chelsea you know, winning the league next season. That's all Chelsea are missing, is a genuine goal scorer. You know what I mean? To play like Werner can easily play off someone like Kane, but you know, we're Arsenal fans. We're just being neutrals, but that's gonna probably hurt Chelsea, you know, moving forward next season. I don't know about the Champions League final, because anything can happen in the Champions League final. You know what I mean?
I think based on the strengths of the Premier League now, I think either Manchester City or Liverpool next season would have to falter for anybody else to contend. Both teams, in my opinion, would have to falter.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. I think you know, I think it's just you know, Graham Souness was talking about it in Sky. I still think that, you know, in terms of the football that's been played in last, you know, since 2018, since August 2018, the two teams that are playing the best football, you know, I agree with you, Glenn, are Man City and Liverpool. But you know, with Liverpool, you know, investment, you don't know what's happening with what sort of Van Dijk we're going to get back. You know, Chelsea can easily bridge that gap if they do get someone like Harry Kane.
Yeah,
I
agree.
that.
Well, just while you're talking about that, because that was one of the questions that people were asking in the chat before you was on. I mean, starting with you, Kenny, where do you think Harry Kane will end up next season?
Well, I've kind of narrowed it down to Chelsea and Man City, because I said on Twitter there's one club in Manchester, and then there's another club if we go down the district line. And I still think it's going to be one of those clubs. I think as much as, you know, Ramon Vega says that Tottenham won't sell to a rival, well, Harry Kane will be very much dictating where he wants to go. And I think he'll probably like go on strike if he's forced to go outside the country. So Man City, again, you know what? It's about the money, really. You know, you say that Man City and Chelsea can afford that money, but you know, Jimmy Floyd-Hasselbank came out with a great point. The Man City have normally spent their big money on younger players, up-and-coming players, not a finished article. And you probably could say that it's similar to Chelsea, but who wants to win the league and who wants to win a Champions League next season? If both teams, well, if Chelsea get there, and if Man City want to retain their title and win the Champions League again, you never know. But Harry Kane will guarantee you trophies, especially when you've got two top teams like that.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. The only thing I would slightly digress in is if he really wants to win trophies, there's only one choice, and that's Manchester City. Manchester City, the team owned by an oil country. So, yeah, and if I was that oil country, I'd be like, yeah, wait, let me open my wallet. Here you go. Go get Kane. You know, and if FFP is still a thing, we'll bring the lawyers back in.
True. Can't knock it, because I reckon that Levy's going to want at least £110 million. I don't see him going for anything less than 100 million. So again, whoever spends that money on him, one thing they probably do have to look at is his ankles, because he does tend to miss a few games with ankle injuries. It does come back pretty quickly. Yeah, but, you know, I'll look at that, because remember the great Marco van Basten? The thing that retired him was persistent ankle trouble. So that's something that, you know, a medic will need to look at.
Another question that's come in is from Jake. He said, question to Kenny, is the Wilder court case rumours true that he has to fight Fury again, meaning the Joshua fight won't happen, Kenny?
Yes, it is true. It's a legal document. Bob Arum and Frank Warren were like I said, very like how do I say it? They were very muted in terms of what their like I said, their preparations of fight. Eddie Hearn was like bulling a channel shot, but yeah, that is a legal document, and Wilder's already said, and Bob Arum said that no step aside money be paid. So the Joshua Fury fight will be postponed, but you know, it's really exciting, really, because what's happened is that, you know, there's a prospect of Wilder Fury, and there's a prospect of Joshua fighting Usyk, and who knows, Dillian White. So, you know, that fight between Joshua Fury shut a lot of doors for boxers, especially heavyweight scene. But now, with that judgment, it's opened a lot of doors. So it's a very exciting time of boxing, an exciting time of BT Sport because they can get their pay-per-view, and also, you know, maybe with Sky as well. But, you know, I can see where you come from, Jake. A lot of people have, you know, like built their hopes up and built their castle on the Joshua Fury fight. So I fully understand the disappointment of everyone, because, you know, I was talking about a UK tour, everyone appearing on breakfast TV, every channel promoting the arse of this fight, but just have to wait now.
I'm a little bit disappointed, I've got to say, Ken, because obviously they've had 2 fights now, and I think if we're all being real, the first fight, Fury won hands down anyway. That should never have gone to points with Wilder, and the second fight obviously was even better because he put him on his arse a few times and told him exactly what he thought of him, basically, and showed him exactly who the best fighter was. I just think it's an absolute nonsense that they're going to go for a foot. I know
you say that, but it's not illegal nonsense, because the situation is that Tyson Fury did sign a rematch clause in his contract, and rematch clauses are binding.
Yeah,
and so he's got no to blame but himself. What's that?
No, I get that. I get that. I think what they should have done was with the 3 fights, that it would only happen if obviously it was 1-1. And I know that it's probably 1-1 at the moment and things like that, but let's be real, that it was only 1-1 because of the judges giving it to bloody Fury in that first round, in that first fight. It shouldn't be like that.
I do respect the situation, but Tyson Fury knew the situation. You know, it's a very complicated situation. It had nothing to do with Wilder not wanting to fight. You know, it had a lot to do with Bob Arum and the US networks as well. You know, Tyson Fury wanted a crowd and he wanted the gate, and US networks, they have to decide when the best time to do the fight. You know, because, you know, like in certain, I don't know, after January, they tend to concentrate on certain sports. Like, remember, they got the American football Super Bowl around, you know, February times, January-February times, and that supersedes all the schedules and all the money that can go on that fight. So it's one of those things that Tyson Fury needs to do his own work better. And, you know, it was always his dad who was very skeptical as well. But the only truthful thing is that Joshua had nothing to do with it. It's all to do with the legal case.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Hey, guys, I'm going to come back. Are you going to be guys doing something after the match?
Yeah, I'm going to be on for 10-15 minutes afterwards, Ken. So jump back on.
I'll come straight back afterwards. Glenn, I'll talk to you afterwards because I'm going to watch the rest of the match. So, all right, speak to you later.
Okay. See you after, Ken. Hold up, just a corner coming over Chelsea. It's a goal. It's gone in. Own goal straight away. Oh, it's Rudiger. Rudiger looks like he's claiming it.
I haven't seen it yet.
Right, if you let me know what time you're on in a minute. Once we're
no. I don't give a crap. This is an Arsenal. I can't comment on the goal. All right, so it's 1-0.
It's 1-0. Yeah, corner comes in. Hold up, just in the replay. Corner comes in straight into the middle of the box, and I think it does come off Rudiger.
Yeah, I'm about to see it live. They're just about to kick the corner. All right, so there's no VAR. It's definitely 1-0.
No, it's definitely 1-0. There should be no VAR on that whatsoever. There's no way he's offside, and it's come off of his thigh. It goes in the back of the net. Chelsea 1, Leicester 0.
Yeah, I just saw it. Nice goal.
Let's change the score.
All right. So first of all, you're changing the score, first of all, was that boxing you guys were talking about, or that other thing where they beat the crap out of each other with mixed martial arts? I forget the name of it.
That's boxing. Boxing we're talking about.
All right, you guys are talking about boxing. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I because I couldn't follow along, I started noticing that, like, when you're sitting there in that chair, you look like you're sitting on the Starship Enterprise, like in the captain's chair. And then I started laughing. And then while you guys are talking about boxing, I downloaded Star Trek sounds, because that's what you look like.
I like that, but I'm not a Star Trek fan. Star Wars, that would have been better.
Well, they don't have sounds on the Star Wars.
Yeah, they do at the beginning of the film and that.
Oh, okay. I'm just whatever. All right. So the joke fell flat with you, Terry. Sorry. So, so where are we? So, why don't you explain to people tuning in late why you still think Arsenal have a chance at top 6?
Okay, just before I do that, just a shout out to Lily Kell. Obviously, hope you well. Diesel, yes. Diesel is out looking for plasters to patch up his blow up bed because he's injured his bed in all them girls that he has around. You know that, so he's looking for plasters to patch up the holes and that. So hopefully he'll be back on tomorrow once he's got a few plasters.
Oh my God! So he not only is he single, he has a waterbed. Oh my God! All right, nice. Well, tell me why you believe, because I missed the whole first half. I caught little parts of you arguing with the comment section. Why do you think we have a chance at top 6?
No, I don't think we've got a chance. Listen, I think we can finish as high up as we can, because obviously, if you look at the table, we're still in with a chance of getting top 6. It all depends what happens tomorrow night, Glenn. It's a big night tomorrow night. You got I can't think off the top of my head who the games are rolled up. You've got obviously Aston Villa against Tottenham, which is going to be an hard game. Hopefully Grealish will come good for Arsenal tomorrow and help us out there. Hold up, getting up there. You've got Everton versus Wolves. Who would have thought that Everton would have lost the weekend to Sheffield United, who are bottom, got nothing to play for? You know what I mean? Everton's got Europe to play for. You know what I mean? They've got that experienced manager down the road, Ancelotti, you know what I mean, that should be able to rev his team up, get them out there, especially beating Sheffield United with how important it was. So that's going to be an hard game now for Everton because they need it. If they don't win that, it's going to be really hard for Everton. And then obviously West Ham are away to West Brom. You know, West Brom are not an easy side to go to. Sam Allardyce has still got pride to play for. I still fully think that West Ham will win that, and if they do, then we can't get 6th place anyway. So, but if Spurs don't win and West Ham don't win, then it all goes down to Sunday between Everton, Spurs, West Ham, and us.
Okay.
So you know, mathematically, and you know, it can happen still, Glenn. Do you know what I mean? I think with the games that are left, if all goes well tomorrow, I think we could get 7th, and that's because on Sunday, really on paper, when you look at it, we've probably got the easiest game. And that is obviously, what's going on here? Why ain't that going on? We're at home to Brighton. You got Leicester against Spurs. Leicester are going to obviously, depending how this game goes at the moment, now that they're losing, at home with the crowd back in there, they're probably going to get the FA Cup paraded after the game. They're still going for champion. They're going to have to go for that game because there'd be a chance that they won't get Champions League football otherwise. So they're going to have to go for that game without foul. So that's going to be an hard game against Spurs, Glenn. And then you've got Man City versus Everton. So okay. Everton's Man City fans are back again in the Etihad Stadium. They're going to be parading the Coca-Cola Cup and the League Championship. They're going to want to put a show on. And then obviously West Ham are home to Southampton, which is not going to be an easy game. So, you know, I'm not saying that we're going to go up any further than what we are, but if you look at the fixtures and if you look at the way that the other teams have been letting themselves down and slightly, should we say, especially West Ham, for how great they've been all season. Let's be honest, they've been absolutely fantastic. David Moyes has been brilliant. The squad of West Ham has been brilliant. But in the last sort of 2 or 3 games there, you know what I mean? They're not got over the line yet for that great season they've had, Glenn.
Mm-hmm. All right. There's a lot of moving parts there, but you seem a little less positive about it since the last time I saw you. You seemed all gung-ho for it now, but now you realize a lot has to happen. Let me ask you this. The last time I talked to you, you said that you would give Arteta until Christmas. Okay. Does that include not, finishing 6th this season?
Yes, of course it is. Cool. I mean, because I never thought that would have happened. I didn't think that was going to happen 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. And now, obviously, results have gone our way, lucky enough. we've sort of obviously beat Chelsea and beat West Brom and we've got ourselves in a position again, hopefully, to be challenging for that 6th place again come Sunday. This, like I said, come tomorrow night, it could all be over and we won't be going for it anyway. So it's, you know, it's all ifs and buts. We all know that. But why we've still got a chance, the same as Liverpool at the moment. They're in 5th place, a point behind Chelsea. Well, they was a point behind Chelsea. They've still got a chance of getting in the Champions League spot. So why wouldn't you want to? Obviously, anyone that supports any team, they've still got a chance. Surely you've got to support your team and go for it, Glenn.
No, okay. No, I always support Arsenal. I want them to win. When I said I did not get any emotion out of the win over Chelsea, I meant that. I feel like we're a mid-table team playing spoiler. It's hard to get excited to be spoiler, but I see what you're saying. Let me ask you this. Okay, because I suffer just as much as anyone else if we lose a game or drop points. Let me ask you this, Terry. There's a bunch of Arsenal fans. Now, everybody's different, but there's a bunch of Arsenal fans that as long as someone is manager or wearing the kit, they are going to completely 100% support them and never say anything bad about them. Okay. Mm-hmm. Are you in that category? And if not, what is it about Arteta that makes you give him till Christmas?
Obviously, you can always criticise your manager. I've criticised him about the subs. I've criticised him about the team lineups. I think he's got a few things wrong. But what I will say is, Glenn, and you'll be one of these people that know, because obviously you come on these shows with us all the time, same as Kenny, Diesel, obviously, you know what I mean, is that I've been saying this from the start, mate. You know what I mean? I don't know how many times I need to say this, if you know what I mean, but I said, like, the first 6 months he come in, you know what I mean, that was just to get us over the line. But lucky enough, we won the FA Cup, and rightly so, with how well we done. The second season, I was saying, you know, it's about getting all the dead wood out, if you know what I mean. I didn't think that would happen. As you know, we've all said it, until the end of this season. We got them out 6 months earlier, and we still got dead wood to get out. And then I go on the other side of it, like, what's happening in the background, Glenn? You know, before with Gazidis and Emery and Wenger and all things like that, you know, we was all moaning about, why ain't we signing up our youngsters to long-term deals? Why are we letting our superstars or our best players go for free? What is going on with our club? Why is this happening? Now, since they've gone, right, we've got Edu in, we've got Vinay in, we've got Arteta in. Arteta's a cone picker-upper, as some people say. Vinay and Edu don't know what they're doing and blah, blah. But all of a sudden, all these people that are, unexperienced, don't know what they're doing, only just come into the job. We've got 4 or 5 of our youngsters signed up to 5-year deals, right? We've got rid of half of the deadwood with one of the biggest payers on our pay wage of Ozil. And then we've got rid of the bad apples like Socrates and Mustafi and things like that. We've still got deadwood to get out, which we all know, and hopefully we'll be in. There's a lot of rumours going about saying that David Luiz is definitely not rejoining next season. A lot of rumours that Willian will be going. And then hopefully Arteta will be getting in his players that he actually wants to, you know, move forward with Arsenal. So is that just, let me ask you a question. Is that just all a coincidence then that, you know, we've signed up our young players now, 5 of them, to 5-year deals, that we've started to get rid of Ozil and things like that, you know what I mean? Yes, it hasn't happened on the pitch yet, like, well, at the beginning of the season, because if you look at the beginning of the season, most of our fans would say that we was in a relegation battle, right? We was in a relegation battle. If you look since Christmas Day, if you look at the form guide, we're actually 3rd in the league with more points than Chelsea. So surely that is progress, isn't it, Glenn? Now, if that goes into next season, we will be challenging for top 4. Yes, it's all ifs and buts, but that is facts. It's there on paper. It's there in black and white. Whether, you know, for the first time in 10 years, we've actually got 14 points of the top 6 team this year. For the first time in 10 years. A lot of people say that we don't turn up to big games. This is all facts. I'm not putting this out of my arse, Glenn. Do you know what I mean? This is all facts. That's what I'm saying. We're all very reactional as fans. And obviously there's a lot of fans that want things now, that want us to be a Chelsea and want us to be a Man City, where, you know, as soon as something goes wrong, oh, it doesn't matter, get rid of him, pay him out 30 million, we'll get another manager in for 30 million, and then we'll sack him and get another 30, you know, that's fine. Chelsea and Man City have done that since the start with their chairmen that are coming, these ones that have done that. We've never done that, Glenn. So why do Arsenal fans think that we're going to do that now, or the Cronkies are going to do that now? I want the Cronkies out as much as anybody. But will they go? I don't think they're going anywhere, Glenn. So there's no point in me sitting there saying, well, woefully, let's protest and we'll get them out, because, yes, I know that a protest is going ahead and that's great and everything like that. Do I think it's going to do anything? Not really, mate. I don't think it's going to do anything, because unfortunately now, the going fans, it doesn't mean anything to these clubs anymore. It doesn't mean anything, because most of their money is from international, you know, all from the TV rights in international. You know how many kits that we sell in Africa and America and Asia and things like that. Yes, we can make a stand over here, but unless everybody around the world is doing it at the same time, it's not going to make a difference, mate. That's just fact. I'm being honest.
Okay. All right. You delved into two different things. And the last thing you went into, we agree on completely, except I don't think you realize how the Super League just united fans all around the world. And I think if we're ever going to get them out, now is the time, because nobody's going to forget what they did. As far as your other points, you made a bunch of great points. I lost track of them because it was a great answer. But the bottom line for me is the squad that Arteta has should be competing for at least top 6 right now. And I don't see him improving based on the way we were bounced out of the Europa League. That was the time to shine for me, and that's when he lost me. So as far as all of your points go, they're fantastic. But I think to be successful in today's Premier League, you have to be a bit ruthless. And I think that includes with the manager. All your points, I agree with Terry. He inherited a squad, didn't want half the players. It took him a while to get. But he also is the guy that picked Luiz, and he's also the guy that picked Willian. And I see slight improvement in our defense this year. A pretty good improvement. I shouldn't say slight. I want to be fair. But for me, he's not the man to go forward. I think we have to be a little bit ruthless. I think Arteta may be a very good manager someday, but no time for your training wheels. We need a veteran in there. That's the way I feel.
So I understand where you're coming from again, and that's completely your opinion and a lot of people's opinion, and that's fine. That's not got a problem. But all I would say to that is, my challenge to that, Glenn, is that, you know, you can see that, and that's happened over the last couple of years in the Premier League, right? I'm not going to compare with Chelsea and Man City, because they're totally different projects, right? They're totally different completely from everybody other team in the league for me, right? Because like I said, the foundations at them clubs are absolutely rock solid. They've got their youth sorted out. They've got a third team, a second team, a first team, and any manager that goes into them teams, all they've got to do is, you know what I mean, go out and get 2 or 3 players that they like, that they want to bring into the team, and everything else is already there, if you know what I mean. So them 2 teams, I never compare with, because obviously, and they've also got chairmen that will back their managers, whichever manager it is, even if they've only been there for 6 months. They will get their checkbook out, they'll do that. That's great. We all want that. But that's not Arsenal, that's not Liverpool, that's not Everton, that's not Tottenham, if you know what I mean. So we can't compare with them, right? So now let me go back to you with what you just said. You want an experienced manager, right? That's fine. A lot of people want an experienced manager, and they automatically think that because we get an experienced manager, right, is that we'll be challenging for top 4 again. My answer to that is look at Ancelotti, look at Mourinho, look at them managers. Now they've got the CVs, right, that can knock any manager off the wall. Any manager off the wall. And then what I hear from people like Diesel and things like that is, if we had someone like Ancelotti and Mourinho, they would be sending out their teams with the mindset, with winners mentality, because they've been there and done that. Well, where are Tottenham and Everton now with us? Tottenham are a point in front of us, and Everton, I think, are a point in front of us and all at this moment in time. But really, with their experience, with their winning trophies, Werner's just gone through, shoots, and it just goes straight to Schmeichel. With their, their fast knowledge of football and things like that, them teams should be like 30 points in front of us, Glenn. If you listen to the way with experienced managers and things like that, doesn't matter about the squad, because apparently, your mental mind, as soon as they cross that white line, they'll be able to give them like another 20% on that pitch. You know what I mean? With them players, but they haven't done it. So what will we do then? Say, for instance, we get a Mourinho, right? Just for instance, we got Mourinho. I know. I don't even. I
think I threw up a little bit in my mouth there.
Let's say Ancelotti. Let's say Ancelotti, and we're in this situation now, Glenn. Then what?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you done?
So then what? What then? We've got that experienced manager. He comes in, and we end up in more or less the same place, not moving forward.
Okay. See, this is where we can't. This is where we can't meet. When I started turning on Arteta, you remember that string of games during the season where we got a red card in like 3 straight games? It started off with Luiz, and there was there was no accountability. They played the next Europa League game. There was no accountability. It's little things like that handled in the locker room. Xhaka came out supporting Luiz. Oh, don't worry, you got the red card. Don't listen to those fans.
Glenn, 2 seconds, Glenn. Sorry, there's a VAR, and I think it might be a penalty to Chelsea. It looks just outside the box on the replay for me, but they've just got a VAR going on.
I just saw it live for me. That was outside the box. Okay, but the thing is,
he's given a penalty.
We agree. Let me see. Wait. No, the VAR will change that. VAR will change it. That was outside the box.
Give it penalty by penalty.
Wow.
I thought that looked outside, Glenn.
VAR is fucking useless, man. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. No.
Trying not to drop the F-bomb. That was outside. VAR looked at that and said that was in the box. Holy crap!
VAR looked at that and said it was in the box. I didn't really see the replay, so I don't know if he touched him just before that. But it looked like the main foul for me was outside the box. But
yes, I agree.
Here we go, Chelsea. Jorginho, is that Jorginho just stepping up to take the penalty. Here he goes, steps up. Oh my God, easy, places it to his right. Schmeichel just goes down on his knee in the centre of the goal, don't even try anything. 2-0 to Chelsea. Chelsea well deserved this, don't get me wrong. 66 minutes gone. That's Chelsea 2, Leicester 0. And now, just talking about that, Glenn, quickly, sorry to interrupt you.
No, you didn't interrupt me. It's just, you have more confidence in Arteta than I do. I'm just seeing the penalty in the second here. So it's 2-0, right? You didn't change your scoreboard there on the Star Trek Enterprise. What was I saying? Yeah, I thought Chelsea was going to nick it. Right now, another goal will seal it. I just do not have confidence in Arteta. I swear, Terry, I've talked to you about this before, so now you're making me kind of repeat myself. Villarreal, man, that was our chance. If we were going to step up at any point, that was our whole season right there. And he bottled it from game 1 right through the second game. And the players did too. Don't get me wrong. The players did also, but it just. The mentality. Remember when we tied I know Manchester United just tied Fulham 1-1. Remember when we scored that late goal for a draw with Fulham and they all ran off to the side like they just won a trophy? That's not the right mentality. The right mentality is score that goal, pick the ball out of the net, and run back to the center.
Yeah,
So it's like 1,000 cuts for me with Arteta. 1,000 cuts will kill you. And I want to be wrong, and you bring up some brilliant points of why you give him until the Christmas time, but for me, I stuck by him all season, and Villarreal was it. I told you, I joked around with you. If I could just flip a switch and be like you, I would, but my switch is broken. it's broken. There's no going back for me. You know, I one thing I can't bring myself to do on Twitter is end everything with Arteta out. I have no problem with editing Kroenke out, but I still can't write Arteta out. It just doesn't feel right to me. So, you know, but this is. I know, like, I'm not being wishy-washy. I'm just telling you that I don't like the Arteta out talk, but I want him gone. I want him gone. I'm sorry to see him gone. Go learn your trade somewhere else. We need a veteran. You know, we should be. I'm sick of games like this, Chelsea and Leicester. All right, means something in the table, third versus fourth. It's outstanding. Those 8,000 people sound like 80,000. I miss games like this. When's the last time we had this feeling in May of playing a big game like this? I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it.
Last season.
You got me going because I agree with everything you say. I just don't understand why you're so. No, I do understand.
This is the thing, Glenn. This is what I'm saying. It's very reactional because that's what I mean. If you go by the consensus of what everybody says, right? It's like, you know what I mean, we're finished bottom of the league. It's our worst season in the world, blah, blah, blah. But come Sunday, we could finish sixth. And if you just said, and the same as a couple of other people just said in the chat, that we should be fighting for top six and we could finish sixth place. It's mad, if you know what I mean, like the scale of one end to the other. And that's what I mean by it's very reactional.
Terry, if you look at Arsenal's schedule and the points that we dropped this season, I think you need to refresh your memory a little bit about points dropped against lesser teams.
Listen, the points dropped was in the first half of the season, and I totally get that, right? Because if you look since Christmas Day at the form guide, right, up until now, we are third in the table above Chelsea with how many points we've got. Now this is what I'm saying. So this is facts. So it's very reactional. When we lose one game now, it's like the end of the world because obviously everyone wants Arteta out and God knows what. So that's what it comes round to. That's what I'm saying. But if you look at it, surely that is progress in itself. In the first half of the season, we was atrocious. You know what I mean? We was getting. The games were rubbish. You know what I mean? We was in 15th place. A lot of people thought we was getting relegated. I don't understand that. And now all of a sudden, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Come next Sunday at the end of the season, and I'm not saying that we're going to finish it. What I'm saying is we could finish it. And if we do, is it really as a nightmare as what everyone is saying?
Okay. It's an okay statistic giving me what they've done since January. But what if you take out the first 4 months of the season and say January began this season? Okay. And there were 4 more months to go after May. You'd be confident that we would keep this up? You would be totally confident, Arteta, that we would keep this up if there was another 4 months.
Because that's what I'm saying to you. If that's why I'm giving him till Christmas next year. Because if we are not in the right place and we're falling far behind and we're in the bottom half of the table, then I will be like you, Glenn. I will be saying this guy has got to go no matter what. There's no change in this. Do you know what I mean? But why can't we go into it? That's one side of the coin. We could say, well, we might start like we did last year. Do you know what I mean? And be in 15th place come Christmas, and then we've lost the league season again and blah, blah. Yeah, we could do. But on the other hand, we could be in third place like we are now in the form guide going into the next half of next season, going forward. Why can't we? You know, I mean, some people will look at the bad side, some will look at the good side.
Okay, fair enough. But you know that I stayed on the fence up until Villarreal. You know I did, and it's not like I wasn't super reactionary about it. You know, I took no joy in it. You know, and I'm not good at arguing from this end of a conversation because I want you to be right in everything. Come December, I want to say Merry Christmas, Terry. You were right about Arteta. I was wrong. You know, so I don't like taking this stance, but as strongly as you feel he should be given that time, I feel that he's the wrong person for the job.
But the thing is, Glenn, if he doesn't do it, then I've got to sit here and say, what the fuck was I watching? What was I looking at? You know what I mean? I've got to say the same thing. That's what I'm saying. But the only reason why I'm giving him to next Christmas and all is because I've said that from the very start when he come to us. I've not changed.
Mhm.
Yes, I said I wanted him out after the Villarreal. I was in like everybody. Do you know what I mean? I was absolutely fuming that he didn't do it. But again, it was very reactional because you know what I mean. You, I don't know. It's just, I like I said to you, I can see it on the whole. I've seen things are changing at Arsenal. I can see the things in the background are changing. I can see that we're getting rid of the dead wood and we're signing up our young guys now for 5 years and thinking, thank fuck for that. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, you know what I mean? Everyone was saying Balogun was going. Everyone was saying Saka was going. Now Smith Rowe's going and all things. All right, we're getting it right in the background. So is that a coincidence then that obviously since Arteta's come here that this has all started doing that? Like hopefully they'd do at Man City. He's seen what they was doing at Man City over the 3 years he was there. Eric was running at what Pep was doing as a manager and how to do things and things like that. You know, why all of a sudden, since Arteta and Vinay and Edu have come in, have we started doing this? If they're unexperienced in all of this stuff, Glenn.
Okay. It's no use. We're not going to convince each other because what it comes down to is confidence in Arteta. And, you know, if you're wrong, Terry, nothing's going to be worse than what you're going through right now, sticking up for him. So don't even worry about December, because the two times before I came on at halftime that I tuned you in real quick, you were arguing with people. I'm like, oh, that poor guy. So don't even worry about it.
What I would genuinely like to know is, why do you think it is going right then in the background? Why do you think now all of a sudden that we are signing up our young guys and we are getting rid of them? Why didn't it happen under Emery and Gazidis and Wenger? Why wasn't that happening? And now why all of a sudden it is?
I think a big part of it, I don't know if they gave credit to him, but I think a big part of it probably went to the manager, because one thing he does as good as any manager in the world is talk. You know, he is an eloquent speaker. He's very motivational. So I think that Arteta had something to do with it. Excuse me a second. Oh. Got a little friend here with me, just jumping on me to go out. So I'm gonna let her out, and I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, Glenn, no problem, mate. Speak to you in a minute.
I'll be right back.
No problem, mate. It's still Chelsea 2. Let me do it like that. That's better so you can see. It's still Chelsea 2, Leicester 0. 75 minutes gone. Leicester just had a shot there. Oh, they've got a chance here in the box. It's a goal! Leicester 2-1 in a Nacho. 2-1. 15 minutes to go. Leicester are back in this game. 2-1. Leicester are back in this game. It looked like they was dead and buried. Chelsea trying to play out from the back. Big mistake. And Iniacho gets the ball in the centre of the goal, places it with his left foot into the bottom right-hand corner. And Leicester get a goal. 2-1. Game on. 15 minutes to go. Let me just change that. You just missed a goal, Glenn. 2-1 Leicester. Yeah, 2-12 Chelsea.
I think I knocked my plug out.
Just quickly, Flo, thank you for your super chat, mate. He said, Tezza, you deluded Essex lad. Arteta is a cone picker. But,
I'll be right back.
Oh, and Chelsea, Chilwell just gets rid of it. Leicester need to get another goal now to get back in this. Otherwise, at the moment, let's just see what that does. At the moment, Man United will finish in second place no matter what. If Leicester lose, ball comes in and it goes straight to Mendy. Man United on 71 points. Chelsea now are in third place at the moment on 67 points. Leicester will be on 66 points. And Liverpool are on 63 points, but with a game in hand. So that makes it interesting. And they've got a better goal difference. So if they was to win tomorrow night, they go above Leicester into fourth place and put Leicester in fifth place out of the Champions League spots. So Leicester need to come on strong in these last 15 minutes. Liddy Kell saying, come on, Leicester. Tony saying he should have started James. Chelsea coming on his left-hand side, Chilwell, just outside the box. Trying to do a few step-overs. And he's gone down, and now they get the free kick. They get a free kick deep in Leicester's half on this left-hand side by the corner flag. 007 Ubama has said, I reckon Leicester will miss out. Well, if the score stays like this, they've got a good chance of missing out. You're right. Arsenal Manic saying, Terry, don't you think it's irresponsible and suicide to give Arteta a 5th transfer window? How many transfer windows did Unai get? Hold on, just before we come to that. James, no, he's left it to Chilwell for Chelsea. Dangerous free kick here on his left-hand side. Cross comes in. Oh, he doesn't beat the first man, but it's a bad deflection. Werner. Oh, my God. He goes for the overhead kick, and it's a corner flag nearly.
Who scored the Leicester goal?
Iniacho. It was a poor mistake from Chelsea, really. They tried to play out from the back. Goals conceded in the 76th to 90th minute. Fewest this season is Chelsea, with 3 goals, and Arsenal and Man City are on 6. But Leicester trying to come forward now, trying to get Vardy in, but Chelsea intercept. Just going into the last 10 minutes of normal time. Chelsea 2, Leicester 1.
What time you got on the game?
I've got 79, 35, 36, 37.
All right, you're like 45 seconds ahead of me.
I don't mind talking if you want me to, Glenn.
No. That wouldn't be fair to everybody in the comments that are watching. No, don't worry about it. I just wanted to know, like when you yell out, "Oh my God!" then I have to wait 45 seconds to see what the hell happened.
Look, you're in New York, you know what I mean? And you're further ahead than what Diesel is, who's in bloody 10 minutes down the road from me. Do you know what I mean? Normally he's just getting off the bus at the moment. Do you know what I mean? The coach.
Wow. I'll never understand that stuff. Yeah. So, were you catching some hell from the comments for your Arteta stance while I was letting the dog back in?
No, there was a couple obviously saying about should we really be giving Arteta Iniacho with a shot? Go straight to Mendy. Going straight to just saying, should we give do you really think that we should be giving Arteta a 5th transfer window? Well, I don't really think he's had a 5th transfer window because, like I said, the first sort of 2 or 3 for me personally was more or less getting people out, Glenn. And we had to get people out. Werner has gone down outside the box, and the referee has given a free kick here, and a yellow card to Leicester. It's just outside the box. This is that was more or less like a 50-50, but he's give it. Fofana has been booked on yellow card, and now Chelsea have got a dangerous free kick here on the right-hand side, just outside of Leicester's goal area. They're just lining up. Who is that? It looks like James and Pulisic, I think that is.
Oh, Pulisic.
No.
Pulisic.
No,
oh, now I see the foul you were talking about. Damn. What do you think of Pulisic, or however the hell you say his name? I'm biased because he's American, and I don't think I've never seen an American that could be any better than above average like Landon Donovan was when he came over. How do you? I can't look at it objectively. How do you feel about Pulisic? They paid like 56 million for him.
I don't think we're seeing his full potential at the moment. I think he's been really good. I was quite shocked that Chelsea left him out in their last 2 games, especially for the FA Cup final. But yeah, for me, I quite like him at the moment, Glenn, to be honest.
Okay.
And obviously, when he's not in the Chelsea team, he doesn't. You know what I mean? Chelsea seems to struggle a bit, I think.
Yeah, it's hard for me because whenever the men's the men's football team, national team plays. It's like watching paint dry for me. You know, I don't see. But for Chelsea, I see Pulisic doing some good shit. You know, he's still making some mistakes of a young kid, but I might have been wrong about him. I was saying Chelsea overpaid for him.
Like I said, you know what I mean? It's his first season. He's played under 2 different managers now. So, you know, like I said, I don't think we're seeing his full potential yet. I still think there's a lot of stuff to come from him, but I think he's had quite a good season so far.
Okay. Now you talk about Arteta getting another transfer window. Where's the first position you think you know, what's the first issue he should address in the transfer window? For me,
I'll go on. You go first. Go on, Glenn. Sorry.
Midfield. That's
well, I was going to say defensive midfield player. For me, I don't want Xhaka there. I don't want him at left back either. That's for sure. You know, if he goes, I'll be over the moon. If he stays, then he's only got to be a squad player. It's as simple and easy as that. But for me, I think we need someone that you can rely on, that will be absolute brilliant at defending our defence before someone gets through. For me, someone like Declan Rice. I know Tony's in the chat, West Ham fan. They don't want him to go anywhere, but I think someone like him would free up Partey, so then he'll be able to run forward whenever he wants. Obviously, he's got to get back. Chelsea here, hold up, just on the attack. Inside the box, he's gone wrong, and I think that's a corner. Corner to Chelsea on this left-hand side. Yeah, so he would protect our defence. I think he's brilliant. Just about everything in that position and everything that we need. Obviously, you've got people like Bazuma and who's the other one? I can't think of his name. Can't think of his name off the top of my head, but that's definitely the position I would go for first, Glenn.
Yeah, it's funny because a week ago, maybe a little less than a week ago, there were various stories about Xhaka and Leno both wanting to leave. And I like Leno, but with Xhaka, I was like, oh, I hope this story's true. I looked at every story, right? Because the YouTube channels were saying it too. And there was no direct quote. The quote was that an anonymous source says that some Arsenal staff are concerned that Xhaka might want to leave. But their headline made it sound like Xhaka wants to leave, Leno wants to leave. It drives me crazy how people take headlines and run with it.
Thank you.
You know, with Xhaka, I was so thrilled. I was praying that just give me a direct quote, his agent, anybody. And it wasn't true. They were just making shit up like they always do. But yeah, I would like to see Xhaka go. And I agree with you completely. You know, and what was the other big story that left back or right back for Southampton? Bertrand, he's 31 years old. I don't give a shit about him. I
think with him, he's a good backup for Tierney, because obviously he'd be a squad player. We want Tierney to be playing 38 games a season. Of course we do, but realistically, Glenn, is that going to happen at the moment? Because I don't see him playing 38 games next season. So we need someone. We need a squad player again that's going to sit there on the bench. He's been there. He's done it. He's, you know what I mean? He's not a bad player. Do I think that he's if we get all the other players that we need, then yes, again, you know, that wouldn't bother me if we got him as backup for Tierney, because I would rather Bertram there than fucking Xhaka. That's for sure.
Yeah. No, well, if you're telling me it's him or Xhaka, yeah, I would take Bertrand. But I mean, Saka can play back there too. But I realize, Tierney's going to get hurt because he plays like he's, you know, built like Kenny can, and he's like 98 pounds wet. So, but yeah, I you know what it is, Terry, with Bertrand. I think I still have a little leftover ill feelings about Lichtsteiner. You know, I don't like players. I don't like players 31 and over.
Yeah,
I think I still have.
We bought Lichtsteiner to play there for 38 games. That's what I think the difference was, Glenn. Do you know what I mean? It was was ridiculous about it. But what would the second position be?
Well, if David Luiz is leaving, which seems like it's going to happen, I would like a center back. You know, we're pretty good at center back right now, but we still, you know, if he's leaving, we need someone who can go in there and lead, because you're not going to be healthy, you know, for 38 games a year. You're just not.
Yeah. I mean, with obviously, oh, what's gone on here? Hold up, Chelsea, a player's gone down really bad. It's a yellow card. The way he's gone down and the players went around him, I thought it looked like a bad tackle. But man is on the floor. I need to see the replay of this. Man's trying to go through.
I'd like a veteran, strong center back. That's what I would go for. I know a lot of people are upset at our strikers, but I think we're okay there. And they are also training Martinelli to be a striker, which is another thing I like about the team. And so I can give Arteta some props there. I like that idea. See, I can say nice things about Arteta, training Martinelli as a striker. I like that.
And what about, obviously, because he doesn't like Balogun, obviously, Arteta, he can't stand him. That's why he's going. He's leaving the club, apparently, Balogun. Same with Saka. That happened the same with, he's going to be leaving because Arteta's rubbish manager and things like that. Same as Smith Rowe. But what about Saliba? Because obviously there's been a lot of shit about that, Glenn. You know what I mean? Apparently he doesn't like him. He doesn't want him to play for Arsenal. Do you think he'll come back and be a part next season, mate?
I hope he does, because I see the talent there. We're not a fly on the wall, Terry. We can't assume that Arteta doesn't like him or Balogun. And didn't Balogun resign? As far as Balogun,
that's what I'm saying. Exactly. You know, going back to what you were saying just a minute ago, all these media outlets and all the YouTube channels that you see, you know what I mean? That Balogun's got 126 bloody teams in for him. You know what I mean? He ain't getting a game here. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. Load of rubbish. That's what I meant, if you know what I mean, when I was saying that again.
Okay, but earlier you were saying that Arteta might have something against Balogun, but I think Arteta has.
Oh my God! Leicester just put it over the crossbar. Perez, what a chance there in the last minute of the game. He's in the centre of the goal, and my God, he's just literally put it over the crossbar. Well, what a great chance here to get 2-2. Have a look at this, Glenn.
I was going to say I have yet to see that missed chance. But I totally forgot what I was talking about. I don't even remember when he started screaming. I'm like, what happened? So I don't remember what I was talking about. We were talking about Arsenal. We were talking about I said I would like. Oh, Balogun, thank you. I think Arteta has his depth chart for striker, and Balogun is number 4, and he's not going to break that. I don't think he has a problem with Balogun. What about Willock? Do you want him back next season? I think one more year on loan would be nice for him.
To be honest, I think it's done him a world of good. It's done us a world of good. And if we do sell him in the summer, then his price tag has gone up by another 5 or 10 million at least with the amount of goals he's done. So listen, at the end of the day, for me, he's had his chances at Arsenal. He's had a amount of chance at Arsenal, and I've not seen anything at all to say that, yes, let's keep him and see if he progresses anymore. If we can get 25, maybe 30 million for him, I'll say snap their hands off, Glenn, and let's move on.
Oh, I can agree with that, because I go back to my earlier point about Arteta and how long you give him, and sometimes you have to be ruthless. I like Willock and respect his ability to be better more than you, but 25, 30 million, yeah, go have a great career.
Exactly.
You know, because we got to be ruthless. We got to be. Would you bring Guendouzi back?
No, I would not.
No. Okay.
I just don't think there's anything for me. As I've said this from the start and all, you know, I've not been his biggest fan since the start. I think he's very, very slow, very, very slow to be a midfielder. He's got no ability in the air, and once he goes forward, which that is his best part of his game, don't get me wrong, is going for driving us forward. But if we lose the ball, which we do on a lot of occasions, then we've not got a player to get back there. It's as simple and easy as that, and that's what we need. Or Rudiger and Ricardo here are squaring up with each other, holding each other's shirts. There's a Chelsea player on the floor. There's a big huddle now. Pushy. Few handbags being thrown. James pushing. Oh, my God. Someone's trying to hold Ndidi back. Mendy's pushing people now. Tiddeman's being pushed. Zuma's being pushed. What is going on here? Jamie Vardy trying to get Zuma out of the way. Oh, Thiago now is getting involved with a Leicester official. It's all being pushy again. It's still going on here. Abrahams is trying to get involved. Iniacho is taking Ricardo right now. Oh my God, what's going on there? Giroud's getting involved now with the officials. Someone's being brought away from Leicester.
I thought you're not allowed to do this. I know there are fans in the stadium now, but isn't this like against their COVID protocol doing this crap?
It probably is, but listen, when there's an handbag in the middle, you know what happens. Do you know what I mean? They're pointing at someone, and he looks like he's being. Where's Brendan? Oh, there he is. He's not getting involved. But there's a Leicester official saying about, I think one of the players it was, and they've got him away now.
You're 45 seconds ahead of me. You telling me that they're still pushing each other 45 seconds from now, or is it ending?
No, it's not ended, but there's the referee's talking to officials. Brendan Rodgers, I don't know what's going on. Someone's getting a yellow card. A player that ain't even on the pitch has got a yellow card. I haven't even seen what the original foul was. I don't even remember what the original foul was.
I'm just annoyed that they all started pushing around like that. I would give it like 8 yellow cards.
Well, it's been what? It's been over a year now since people was allowed to cuddle over here. So I think they was missing each other, Glenn, and you know what I mean? Just
get together for a little cuddle.
Oh, I tell you what, that was a bad tackle. His foot was high. And then Rudiger pushed him away. And then they turned around and they both was grabbing each other's tops and that. Ricardo, that was a bad. I'll tell you what, really, I think that should have been a red card. It could have broke his leg. But we've got 5 minutes of added on time, and I think we've had 5 minutes of a big group hug just a minute ago. So there might be another 5 minutes here.
Oh, man, just...
Here's a good question here, Glenn. Where's it gone? 007 has put, who's the hardest player in football right now, would you say?
What is the translation from UK? Hardest? Does that mean best overall?
The meanest. Yeah, the meanest.
Oh,
like like your Roy Keanes and your Vinnie Joneses and Vieiras. Who would you say at the moment?
Oh man, I have to think on that one.
Like your John Terrys and that, you know what I mean? That used to put their body on the line. And I tell you what, everywhere challenges and things are going on right now, flying in at the moment.
I'm sorry, I got caught looking at my TV because I'm seeing all those things that you didn't see, that you were describing before, but I didn't see yet. Did they say how much extra time there's going to be? I don't.
No, they've got 5 minutes up, and it's 96 minutes now. So I think there's going to be like another 2 or 3 minutes at least, Glenn.
Oh, okay. Don't you miss games like this, Terry? Don't you miss games like this? You really think Arteta is going to get us to this level again?
Yeah, I do. Next season, mate. I'm telling you, next season. Leicester are down into 4th place now, and Liverpool can go above them tomorrow night. We'll be on the same points with them, but better goal difference going into the last out of the season. Chelsea on the attack. Oh, good interception there. Leicester now bringing it forward.
Do you remember what has to happen? Did you say the games are tomorrow? That are like the beginning of Arsenal possibly having a chance to move up the table a little. It all starts
tomorrow, mate. Yeah, it all starts tomorrow. It starts at 6 o'clock. You've got Aston Villa. Oh, come on, Iniacho and Rudiger now. Rudiger's on the one. They're sort of cuddling each other now.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah, sorry. So tomorrow night, 6 p.m, you've got Everton versus Wolves, Glenn. Obviously, Everton, it doesn't matter if they win as long as we win, we've still got a chance of going above them in the last game of the season. But if they lose or draw, obviously that's better for us. And then at 6 o'clock, you've got Newcastle, Sheffield United. That's down at the bottom. Same again at 6 o'clock. You've got Spurs versus Villa. So obviously we need Villa to help us out and do us a favour. Hopefully Jack Grealish is having the game of his life tomorrow. And
all right, so taking it one day at a time, not repeating all those other things you said an hour ago. Those 3 games tomorrow, if they go the way that AFC fans would hope, then the dream is still alive to move up the table. Which is okay. So that's the way I'm.
What it is, Glenn, just quickly in a nutshell, Tottenham and West Ham can't win tomorrow. If Tottenham and West Ham win, then we can only get 7th on Sunday. Okay. If Tottenham and West Ham don't win, only get a draw or they lose, and then come Sunday, it'll be between Tottenham, West Ham, Everton, and us.
Okay.
I don't full time, by the way. Full time. Chelsea have won it, so they've gone. Okay. That's Man United now are definitely finishing 2nd place. And Leicester now have got to wait until Sunday to see if they're going to be playing Champions League football.
They're going to what'd you say? They hit the crossbar? I was talking to you and I missed it. They hit the crossbar in like the 90th minute, Leicester?
Went just over the crossbar.
Oh, okay.
Literally. But he was in so much space, really. He could have just placed it and it would have been on target, but...
And you are freely admitting that you realize it's not very likely, because Arsenal, they have not done it all year. They didn't show up for Villarreal, but if Arsenal get 2 wins in their last 2 games, you have confidence in that. For me, they haven't done it all season, Terry. I'm just trying to make you understand my point of view. Villarreal, they ripped like freaking Raiders of the Lost Ark, man. They ripped my heart out and ate it in front of me. It just was awful. And I'm not putting myself in that position again with them. I'm not.
I totally agree with you. Like I said, I didn't think this would have happened 2 or 3 weeks ago, Glenn. But West Ham have slipped up at Brighton. Everton losing at Sheffield United. So this is there's no, this is what it is in football, isn't it? We've still got a chance to surely, even though that most of us will probably think, even if we win them 2 games, you can't see Tottenham, West Ham, and Everton losing their last 2 games too. So, it's possibly not possible. But why there still is, I want my club to do as best as they can. So I'm going for it.
Normally, just what is that noise in the background? I thought that was
his commentary.
No, it's my TV. The Chelsea players are doing a lap of honour, and they've got One Step and Beyond from Madness playing in the background.
I broke out one of my old comic books in honor of you, Kenny. I don't know if you can see the Hulk here, but
I can see it. I can see it. David Banner, Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner. I broke out my old comic book for you. When you were on before, I forgot to show you.
Yeah.
Kenny, how do you feel about the rest of the season? Do you entertain any thought like Terry?
The thing about it is that you can't turn the clock back. The damage has already been done this season. Wherever we're going to finish, I think, looking at the table right now, Spurs on 59 points, West Ham are on 59 points as well. I think the best Arsenal can hope for is 7th, but realistically, you're probably going to think it's about 8th, which is where we finished last season, which, with no trophy. So, I think a lot of people's minds about the manager, mine has been made up, and there's other fans who want to give him time. But this has been a wretched season, and really and truly, if you're putting yourself in a shop window of getting a new contract or carry on next season, I wouldn't put these results up before a board and justify my like my continuance as Arsenal coach. But that's just me being a old fuddy duddy who just believes that football's a results business.
I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm laughing at you saying fuddy duddy.
Yeah. You know, the thing is, Glenn, right, is that I don't celebrate the Invincibles because I just look at it and I think, does everything end now? Because we went unbeaten one season. Because I remember, growing up as a kid, right? It was like I first started, becoming aware of Arsenal in the late 70s and just in 1980, and it was 1971, and that was it. We kept on celebrating doing a double, and then it took us another 18 years after that to win the title, and we're doing the same thing now with the Invincibles. It's like, that's it. Everything's at full stop. I just get frustrated with the whole situation. You know what I mean? Really frustrated.
I understand where you're coming from, Ken. I understand where you're coming from. But surely we should be celebrating the Invincibles and then saying, why the fuck didn't we go on from there? Like Man United.
But the thing is,
we should have been winning the Premiership for the next 5, 6, 7 seasons.
Yeah, but we should be still winning the Premiership now. But what's happened is that, I'm not saying it's you, but there's a lot of fans, like Liverpool had played some fantastic football for the last 2 years, and all we get is that when they lost against Watford, your trophy is not going to be gold. Man City won in between 2018 and 2019, got 198 points. Yet Arsenal fans are talking about the Invincibles. I mean, move on. Man United in 1968 won the European Cup. Let me finish though. Won the FA Cup in 1968. George Best was 22. He didn't even hit his prime. And that was it. It all stopped. They didn't win anything for 9 years. 25 years after that, they won the league title. So that's what happens. I don't want this for Arsenal Football Club. And we're getting in that position where I want it to carry on. And I think the way we're going as a football club in terms of mentality, it's like we're just becoming a history channel. And I want better than that.
What's the first area? Just a quick question for Kenny. What's the first area you would address, Kenny, in the summer?
Right back, and without a shadow, that's the most important position. And I want a centre forward. You're really not going to do anything in this league unless we have those two positions key. And to be honest, I'm not happy with Leno in goal, but ultimately, I'm not satisfied with Smith Rowe and Odegaard. I want a playmaker, a top class playmaker. But that's the most important position for me. But if we don't get one, then I want the right back has to be the position we sort out.
What a unique answer. I haven't heard that. Like 9 out of 10 people I asked that question to say midfield. So what's your Kenny, what is your observations on the midfield situation right now? And why didn't you say you want a midfielder in the summer?
Well, the thing about it is that you think about it, right, is that we're assuming we're going to get Bazuma to play alongside Partey, because we still think Partey's going to be a top player once he gets pre-season. But I think that in terms of moving forward, trying to open the door, I still think that Houssem Aouar for Lyon is a player that we definitely have to be looking at, because he's going to be a lot cheaper than he was last season, and we better make a move, because if he has a good Euros with France, that's if he's in the squad, then he's going to pick his choice, because you don't want Juventus getting him. When there's a position for us, we seriously need creativity. I was very underwhelmed ultimately by Odegaard, and I think Smith Rowe. You can't just put all your hopes on a kid.
Okay, that's just very, very interesting. I love that answer. I'm sorry, Terry. Go ahead. I interrupted you.
I'm glad you asked that question, because, like you said, you know what I mean. I've not heard that myself. Me and Glenn both said defensive midfielder. I think we need someone like a Declan Rice at West Ham. I think what he would do is he'd protect the back four, and he would free up Partey to play that forward-thinking football. And that is exactly what we need for me, Glenn and Kenny.
Yeah. Like Kenny, I like aouar, but I worry a little bit about the people about players coming over from France to the Premier League, because the Premier League is a whole different animal. You know,
I think I hear what you're saying, because I think back in the day when Arsene was in charge, he kind of was very specific about the players he wanted. He wanted athletes, and I think that's probably still the case with a lot of times where, you know, and I say this without feeling guilty of being a stereotypical, but you know, Arsene tapped into like the French Caribbean, French African, you know, players to come play in the Premiership, because at the time the Premiership is a very, very physical game. So Patrick Vieira was perfect for us. But you know, and then, you know, players like Wall, tall as well. But it was always petite as well, big lad as well. So it's always been a situation where, you know, the transition wasn't that great. Now, you know, maybe the transition is a bit different. But then again, you just look at someone like Conte, came from French football, Leicester, and even though he's a little lad, he's got about 3 engines within one chest. You know what I mean? So it's a hit and miss. But in terms of like the flair play you're talking about, I get where you're coming back. If I say like aouar, you know, a flair player plays with a bit of panache. You know, you want someone with a bit of a hard edge. You can, you know, can take a kick and give it out as well. So I get where I understand where you come from.
Just regards to Ricardo, yeah. I mean, obviously, I think Kenny would, and Glenn will back me up. I've been saying Grealish for the last 3 or 4 years. To be honest, I'd love to see him there. And to be honest, right, there's a little part of me now going back a long time ago. Glenn and Kenny, big, massive player come on a free from our rivals, and all during that end of the season, you asked the missus, my dad, my friends, I was saying Sol Campbell's coming to us. Sol Campbell's coming to us. No one would believe it. Obviously, he's going Barcelona.
Trust me, you got to be the only person who did that.
Well, I'm telling you, but there was other people that said it, and I don't know why. There was just a little gut feeling inside me, and when it happened, obviously I was over the moon that we got Sol Campbell, one of the best central defenders at that time, coming to us on a free, and not only coming on a free, coming from it out of our rivals Tottenham, over to Arsenal to win trophies, obviously at the time, and that was fantastic. I don't know why. I've got that same feeling again with Grealish. Listen, I'm not. No way in the world am I saying that that's going to happen. I'm just saying there's just little things that seem to be adding up for me. He loves playing at the Emirates. He loves Arsenal. He talks about it, and I don't know. Maybe, just maybe, when you think about it, if that does happen, maybe the sweetener was us selling Martinez for not as much money as what we should have got for him. Just maybe, but let's wait and see on that, Kenny.
After getting relegated, I can't see Villa being a selling team. Their fans their supporters would just go insane, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. I agree with you, Terry. When we got Aubameyang, I was like, oh my God, I've been watching him at Dortmund. He's going to be on Arsenal, you know. So I know anything's possible, but you know, with Grealish and Villa, I can't see it. Plus, he's a childhood supporter of Villa.
Yeah,
that's just one idiot's opinion from America.
That's from another idiot. Sorry, Ken, what were you saying, mate?
No, I look at the situation. I think you can't rule anything out in terms of like player sales. Depends, you know, depends if you're doing shopping. But you know, if a good player like Grealish is available, then obviously we've got to be interested, because at the end of the day, you know, there's 2 ways of getting creativity. There's the aouar way, you know, like picking up the pass, you know, like I said, or Grealish is just doing it through basically committing defenders and then making space for people to make the run. So there's 2 sort of creativity. So I'm never against Grealish coming to the club. I know that's kind of trending on social media, but we just never know. You know, you never know. We've got pots of money at Arsenal anyway.
Yeah.
The question is, should we even try for him? And I say yes, Terry. I agree. You know, give them a super fair offer and add a little more to that, and see if they'll bite.
No, exactly.
I would love him. I would love him at Arsenal.
I mean, look, I mean, you know, if he did come to Arsenal, I think he'd thrive at Arsenal. I think the way that we play, the type of football that he would like to play, being a star in that midfield and running it, I think he would absolutely love it. And I think it fits him down to a T. More than going to someone like Man United, Man City, or anyone's like that. But I'm not saying that that's going to happen. That's just my view, you know.
Kenny, do you think there's anything we can do this summer that would make us a top 4 contender next season?
Well, yeah. What we can do is I think if we can just get a new right back, you know, get a centre forward who can score goals, and just change the way we play. Be more on the front foot, and you just never know. You never know what could happen in football. You know, there's no doubt that one of our why we've gone in decline, especially even you know, is that we're not hurting teams. You know, people talk about you know, current manager. I'm not convinced that under this current manager that you know, we're actually attacking, playing the attacking football that we've been known for. Because at the end of the day, it's all well and good us being hard to beat, but being hard to beat, yeah. I've seen so many games where players have been hard to beat, and guess what happens in tight games? In tight games, what will happen is that the teams that's hard to beat but can't score will lose those tight games ordinarily, because what will happen is that, you know, one mistake, a keeper makes a mistake, or one set piece, and that's it. You're hot. You know, it's game over. Everton's just you know, the selling point. Hi, Lily. Hope you're good. So, you know, it's just one of those things. You know what I mean? But that's why I do think front of foot football. But Terry, you know, Glenn and Terry, you know what I want more than anything else. It's not about player personnel. It's about coaching personnel. I really want this coach to be replaced. Yeah, I demand it.
I totally agree with you, and Terry. You make your good arguments, but you know, we could get all the top names we want in the summer. I just don't think Arteta's the right manager.
Mm-hmm. No, I like I said, I mean, I totally respect your views, boys, and that's why I love doing these things and having a debate. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. I mean, you know, it was the roles reversed with the old manager. Both you two was Emery in, and I was Emery out. So you know what I mean? It's you know, we had our arguments then, boys. You know what I mean? Our debates and God knows what, and you know, so it continues, like I said. But hopefully, you know, we've still got 2 games to go. We still can finish in 6th place. I don't think we're going to do that, but we still can. Why there's a chance and why there's a possibility, why don't we go for it? I think we should do. You know what I mean? So obviously, we've got to hope for other results too. But if we do, you know, like I said, going on to next season, who's to say that, you know, looking at the form guide since Christmas Day, we'd be 3rd in the league. Nah, it's all if and buts. You know, if you look at the form guide before Christmas Day, we'd be in 15th place, and it will be time for him to go. But there's still that other side of it where we might carry it on, and we might be in 3rd place come Christmas.
Look, Terry, I hear what you're saying, right? There's no guarantees in football. I respect 100%, and I agree with you. No guarantees, but I'm always of opinion that if you're a big club, if results aren't going well, then you got to give someone else that's got to have a turn. And I think that if a club's in transition, especially a big club, that you need experience to see it through. And I don't. And this guy hasn't got the results, and he hasn't got the experience, and he has had enough time. He's had, you know, and I fear that a lot of people said, well, if the results are the same at Christmas, well, if the results are the same at Christmas under him, and you look at, you know, probabilities, and it could happen because we've got this season to go by, then we've wasted another season where we're not going to be in the top 4, where we're not going to be in Europe. So what's going to happen is that we're going to try and see if we can fluke the European Conference and finish 7th. That's wasting a season, if this guy doesn't shape up. And
sorry.
but then I could come back at you again, Ken. That's what I'm saying. What was it with Emery that you wanted him to stay? What, just because of his experience? Just because of his experience?
But Terry, you go back in the past because ultimately the board didn't want to risk another few games with Emery, and they made their decision. So the board have acted.
No, I'm not talking about the ball, Ken. What the ball done and whatever, that's fine. That's not a problem. We know what happened. I'm saying, why did you then? Why did you want Emery to stay and give him a chance? Would it just stand purely because he was experienced manager? Is that all?
Because
what else did you see?
Well, 100%. He was Emery's experienced manager, and if you look at the season before, then yes, he flunked fourth place, and he took it down 11 rounds. But I just think as an experienced manager, he would have got. But it didn't happen because at the end of the day, once Ozil was left out of the squad, that was it. It was game over. It was game over. But at the end of the day, wasn't Ozil left out by this manager? Everyone stupidly assumes that Ozil was left out for political reasons. I mean, I say it's a great respect. Some of our fans can't even spell the word political, let alone, like I said, use their thought process to actually explain it. They're just doing it because they can't accept that their favourite manager, Mikel Arteta, decided that he didn't need or want Ozil on the side. It had to be something else. It couldn't have been Arteta. It had to be, what he said about China. It had to be the board forced him to do that. When everyone, where it was clear as a day that it was actually Mikel Arteta decided, well, no, I'm going a different direction. I don't need him. The type of football that Mikel Arteta is playing, which is a high energy without the ball press. Everyone obeys their position when we don't have the ball, make themselves difficult to beat. There's no one can guarantee or convince me that they would have played. Ozil would have bought into that. Come on,
yeah.
He wouldn't have.
No, Ozil was definitely forced out of Arsenal. I remember so many meaningless games where we all thought, you know what, I don't like Ozil, but he's definitely should be on the bench for this one. He was forced out, leaving him out of all those games. The thing with me, Terry, is Arsenal doesn't feel like a big club anymore. I know we're like the 6th biggest club in the world, but it doesn't feel like that anymore. It only feels like that in the Europa League group stage when we go to Borat FC and they're all excited because Arsenal is their biggest game in 30 years. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time it feels big to me anymore. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of great games like today happening and Arsenal not being involved. I'm not saying to win the Premier League title. I'm saying just give a run at the top 4. And I don't feel Arteta's that guy.
Glenn, I totally agree with you because that is how I felt under Emery and under Wenger in his last few years. That's exactly how I felt. That's what I was saying. That's what I've been trying to say is that I was already where you are. You know what I mean? You're fed up. You want change. You want an experienced manager to come in because apparently, if an experienced manager come in, we will be challenging for top 4 because of all that experience he's got. But I think the bigger problem has been with our club on the whole. That's what I'm saying to you. And that's why I've been trying to explain to you about my reasons. And, with all the young players that's being signed up now, all the deadwood going out, it seems like we are working from the bottom up. And unfortunately, which it is unfortunate and it's fucking frustrating, is that we haven't done it on the pitch this season properly. We all thought that, we might have gone further than what we have done, but I still think we're going in the right direction.
How?
Okay.
How? I don't understand how you
guys. I have to go make dinner. I have to leave. Kenny, don't beat me up. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
That's all right, mate.
I have to go make dinner, so I have to leave. Terry, I agree with 60% of what you're saying, and it's true. Kenny, it was wonderful seeing you again. I'll see you all real soon. Okay, guys? I got to go.
See you, Glenn.
See you soon, mate. Bye, mate. Hold on, let me change this so we can see you a bit more. That's better, Ken? I can see you now.
What we're trying to say is that the thing is, right, the only reason why we're having this debate is because you said you've seen practice, you've seen progress, so that is something to talk about. The things that really frustrate me about the whole Arteta thing is when people say, who are we going to get? They think that he has to stay in the job because we're not going to get anyone else. And they don't think anyone else is better. So bad performance means, well, you're in there. This isn't like a job in Islington Council where you've got staff who are not performing and you have to keep them because it's hard to sack someone for bad performance, and you basically put them in areas where they can do the least damage. This is a football club. That's why that's why we got something to work with here. But with other people, who are we going to get? 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 I agree.
I agree with what you're saying, Ken. I agree with what you're saying. You know what I say, Tel, right? You got some people like they go on programs. Oh, but Leicester have got more money. They've got a better squad. They're more defined. And that frustrates me. Really makes me angry. Yeah. No, I understand where you're coming from. It's not that I say what manager's going to come here, because it's not about that. What I mean is, for me, it doesn't matter if an experienced manager comes here, because if the club don't get it right and not giving the money and backing it up, if they've just got this squad, I still don't think that we would be challenging for top 4 at the moment. I still don't think we'd be. I mean, my example for that is, and I've been saying it all season, we've got James in the chat, who's a big Everton fan. Much love to him. Do you know what I mean? And he thinks that they're going to finish in 10th place. Now, if they finish in 10th place with that experienced manager, Kenny, like you're saying, would you still put all your faith in him? Or because that is a really, really bad season.
All right. You look at the situation, right?
So I'm giving you an example.
Everton, it's basically. But the thing is, you're looking at other clubs, but the problem, the frustration is that we should be looking at Arsenal. All right. Why? Just because the manager hasn't worked at Everton, in fact, I like to think that we have better players than Everton. I think that we have better play. Yeah, they look aesthetically.
Hold up, Kenny, hold up. Even the big man himself. Even the big man himself, Claude, God rest his soul. We love him, you know what I mean? We're saying at the beginning of the season, look at Everton. Look at the way they're playing. They was running away with it. They was top of the league for ages, you know what I mean? Calvert-Lewin was on fire, you know what I mean? They brought in all the midfield and everyone was raving about them. And then, obviously, people moved on to Mourinho, you know what I mean? They won the league back in November. Do you know what I mean? This is what I'm trying to say to you. And now look at their teams and what they've done. They're slowly progressing and going backwards. So what I'm saying to you is, even if we got an experienced manager, doesn't automatically say that we're going to get up.
Tell you're right, but you're going back to doing what these other people do on these other podcasts, and I won't name them. We're still not addressing the fact that this has been a bad season. He's performed badly, and that not getting into Europe, not getting in the top 4, losing like the way we did against Villarreal is a sackable offences. And if he's not sackable, you'll find someone. And then what you do, what you do is that you carry on, and employing someone to get it right. You don't keep someone in the job by default. The reasons for keeping Arteta in the job is, if you're saying it's because we can't get anywhere else, or because other managers who went to other clubs weren't successful, well, that's by default. You don't have to go for these managers that I've suggested. There's other coaches out there who are younger than these guys and more experienced. It doesn't have to be Arteta, but you can't keep Arteta in the job for poor performance. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no. Look, like I said, this is all down to you. You know what I mean? Your opinion, my opinion, and that's all it comes down to at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? But
yes,
all I'm trying to say is, you're saying already that we're not going to get Europe, but there's still a chance that we could finish 6th. If we finish 6th, right? If we finish 6th, we'd be in Europe. Like I said, we all know that the season starts in August and not in December or whatever. But if you take the first half of the season where we was 15th, everybody said we were going to get relegated and all that rubbish, to where we are now, we would finish 6th in probably, if you look at it as a reactional base, because that's what the fans are, right? Let's be honest, we're all reactional, but it's been over-reactional. If we finish 6th, this has been our worst season, everyone's saying. And then you've got experienced managers that will be finishing below us, right? We'll be third. We're third in the form guide as it is for this last 6 months. So that's all progress going forward.
I've seen this many a time with managers. I've seen this many a time where second half of the season, you finish very strongly, and there's a bit of renewed optimism, and you go into a fresh season with the same personnel, with the same, like kind of, like manager who's still make the same mistakes. And then what happens by September, October, even November, you're struggling. You have to look at the whole season as a whole.
But you're saying
it's a fresh new season. Yeah, it's a fresh
but what if
new
we're not
season.
struggling?
What's that?
But what if we're not struggling? What if we're not struggling in the first couple of months?
He's blown it. He's had his chance. He's had his 18 months. He's wrong. He's finished. It's over. He failed. He's a failure. He shouldn't be in the job. He shouldn't be in the job. The results are horrendous. He lost 13 home games. He lost 13 games, not home games. He lost in 13 league games so far.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Ancelotti's lost 12.
Yeah, but we're not talking about Ancelotti. This is not an Everton show. I know it's not an
Everton show, but
it's not an Everton show. It's an Arsenal show.
Right. So what I'm saying is, then
you can't compare. You can't compare the situation. We want Arteta sacked, not because what Everton are doing, because Man City in the Champions League final with Chelsea. I want Arteta to resign or be replaced because the season has not been good enough, and there is no sufficient progress being made. And most importantly, his ultimate goal, he's failed. He's failed to get in the top 4.
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from. I mean, obviously, we're not going to see eye to eye on that. Do you know what I mean? So, we just have to go and see what happens in the last 2 games. At the end of the day, that doesn't matter what I say, what you say, what anybody says in the comments. He's going to be here next season. The board are going to be
more
here.
More than pity. But the board have made it. All I can say to the board is that they know more than me. They ran businesses more successful than I'll ever run, even if But what I would say about the board, you got an open goal here, and you've got an open goal moment. These open goals don't come often. The crowd are upset. The crowd are angry. There's various reasons why people want the Kroenke to go. People say that all the reasons to wanting Kroenke out is universal. I don't think so. Some people want him out because they haven't spent money. Some people want him out because they think he's taking too much money out of the club. Some people want Kroenke out because of the ESL final straw, or some people just want Kroenke out because they don't think he cares. They've seen the Leicester chairman. There's various reasons why they want Kroenke out, but with the situation that we have in front of us in terms of the protests and the fact that people are taking notice now of fans dissatisfied with their owners, I just think there's an open goal situation where, he can show that he's proactive, not just by saying, well, the club's not for sale and that he's rejected a bid for Daniel Ek. It's by doing something in order to actually show that he's trying to move the club forward. And ultimately, fans want to see him do it on the pitch. See it happen on the pitch.
Well, I think more in the transfer windows because he hasn't done it. We want as far as I'm concerned.
You say that, but the thing is that if Josh was to be on this debate, he'll produce a spreadsheet to show that he has been active in the transfer window. Only we think it's just not enough.
Well, yeah, no, I agree with that. Listen, at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. I think that this is a big opportunity for look, we all want the Kroenkes out. But I'm not going to sit here, like I said to Glenn, and say that he's going anywhere soon, because he's not. Just because there's a protest on Sunday, like I said, unfortunately now, football sold its soul, and the going fans don't mean anything to these chairmans anymore. Yes, you still got a few in there, like your Leicesters, your Man City, your Chelsea, that will go out and do that. But the majority of people, they don't care about their going fans now, because that's where the money is. We all know that, Ken.
100%
You know what I mean? The money is international.
I couldn't agree with you, but the thing is that it's funny that Sky needed their match going fans and legacy fans when they wanted us to basically like kick the door down for
that's Chig.
Hi, Chig.
You well, Chig.
Oh, you're doing good.
We're just Chig, come on tomorrow. Either during the show, the Arsenal Watchalong, or afterwards. If you want to join, mate, just let us know. Sorry, Ken. Go on, mate.
Yeah, but as I was saying before about the whole situation, legacy. When the biggest bullies in town, the Premiership and Sky, wanted to get rid of the sort of new kids on the block, i.e. the ESL. They needed legacy fans then. But as I was speaking to a member of someone on Twitter, and the whole situation is self-explanatory. Football fans are the gift that keeps on giving. Football fans are also a sure thing, because they know full well that our love for the club outstrips any hatred we'll have for the owners, which means we show our love by buying merchandise. We show our love by, tapping into Sky TV to watch the matches. And we show our love by just going and watching the fans, because, it's part of our social life going to football, and it's part of our family's life. It's in our heritage. It's what people do as a family. And, the owners and tap into that a lot. And they know that me and you are going to renew our season tickets, because that's what we do.
Yeah. No, I totally agree, Ken, because unfortunately in this day of the age or the world or whatever, you know what I mean? It's you either protest yourself, if you know what I mean, or you move with the times. And why I say that is that because if we was to give up our season tickets in protest about the club and the Cronkies and whatever, you know what I mean, you don't think it's worth running, someone else will come along and take it off of you.
100%, 100%, because what's happened, right? Is
you either move with the times.
Yeah,
go on, mate.
I totally agree with you, mate. Tell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally
go on. I can hear you. Can you hear me, mate?
Yeah, of course I can. I totally agree with you. Football fans have got themselves in a situation, and I think it's not so much for their making, but they've now been, how do I say, indoctrinated into the viewpoint is that if you went up to, if I'm from Islington, you're from East End, if we went down to Whitechapel and you came down to Finsbury Park and we said, say one of your friends is a West Ham fan, and we said, right, who do you want as your owner? Do you want someone? Do you want the local Essex East End businessman made good as a multi-millionaire, or do you want the billionaire for Uzbekistan, who's a billionaire 10 times over, to buy your club? The fan from Whitechapel who supports West Ham is going to want the billionaire from Uzbekistan. That's just a fact, you know what I mean? And if we came to Finsbury Park, who do you want to run your club? Do you want the guy who supported Arsenal his life through generations, now owns a country mansion and blocks of houses all over Hertfordshire, who's a multi-millionaire? Or do we want someone from China who's worth 15 billion pounds? We want the guy from China because that's how we're indoctrinated, and we actually don't care, initially whether they care about the club. We just want them to spend their money on buying a Champions League and the league title. And I think that's where we've managed to get ourselves into it. And last week we started contradicting ourselves, because the reason why I say we contradicted ourselves is because all of a sudden we realised what we had done with the ESL.
Exactly.
We realised that the people that we were buying into actually, and I say this with great respect, these owners want us to do it their way, because they're billionaires and used to having their own way, rather than falling within the club values or whatever values I think the club's at. And it was a mighty shock to all of us when we realised what they're doing, but we actually allowed it to happen. Yeah.
No, I agree, mate. I totally agree with everything you just said there. There's 100%, and that's we need to have another show dedicated to just the Cronkies and why we want them out and everything else, mate. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to call time now because I need to get to work soon.
So let me leave you with this, right? We're making the same. We're making the same mistakes because we say we want the Cronkies out, but we want it to be replaced by another billionaire. Yeah, who's going to want who's used to running businesses and used to telling everyone what to do in their clubs, and we want them to do the same for Arsenal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Billionaires are billionaires for a reason. They're the sort of people who think that who have some sort of funny ideas. Look what happened at Cardiff with that Vincent Lamb.
Yeah.
You know, Cardiff always playing blue. They're called the Bluebirds. That geezer went to made the home kits yellow. Sorry, red. Because he said red was their favourite colour. That is, but this guy's he's a Chinese billionaire.
Yep.
And this is what Cardiff did. They did that by bringing him into the club.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, exactly, mate. Yeah. You know, what is it? We're all selfish in a way because, like you just said, you know what I mean? We want to be the best club in the world. And to be the best club in the world, you're going to need someone to come in, like the Man City chairman or Abramovich or something like that, who's going to come in and probably won't have anything to do with the fans or anything like that, and just do it their way. But as long as you're winning, you don't care because everything's going right. That's always the old saying. When you're winning, everything's beautiful. It's when you're losing, you find out about yourself, your club, your supporters, and everything else, mate.
I couldn't agree more.
But no, we're going to leave it there, Ken. Thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Speak to you soon, mate.
Yeah, tomorrow, you know what I mean? The same again, mate.
Of course,
if you can.
of course, definitely,
Full time and whatever. Obviously, big games tomorrow, Arsenal playing. Just want to say thank you to everyone in the chat. Really appreciate you coming over and watching. God bless. Stay safe. See you soon.
See ya.